I have something that I want to hear what you guys think about.
Get it off your chest, bro.
Yeah, it's just something that's been kind of sitting in my chest for a couple of weeks because we ran into this situation where we figured out that there's this other shop. We're not gonna say who it is, of course. That is gatekeeping their artists. You know, so we were doing some research because one of their employees approached us asking for work, and we looked up who he was, couldn't find him anywhere.
What's up, guys? Inklusive podcast back again. So me and Daryl actually just landed at 4 o'clock. We had to readjust the whole setup for technical reasons.
Yeah, thinking we lost one lens.
Yeah, but we had all three the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so today we have Tanchez and Crybaby.
Yes, we have two very funny guests so far.
Yo.
Tanchez, please introduce yourself. Look at your camera right here.
Yeah, tell the people.
Let people know who you are, where they can follow you real quick. And give me like a little introduction to yourself, bro.
All right, my name is Tanchez. I'm a tattoo artist. I've been tattooing for about 11 years now. My Instagram is at Tanchez Collective. The shop's Instagram is the 13th floor. And yeah, just look me up.
There you go. Do me a favor, bro, real quick. Can you like just pivot the microphone a little higher towards your mouth? There you go.
All right, cool.
Bring it a little closer too, just in case.
Oh, shit.
There you go. Don't be afraid of it. All right, Crybaby, let us know who you are. Right here. That's your camera.
Oh. I'm Crybaby, also Alex. You can follow me at Crybaby period. Oh no, Cry period baby tattoos. I'm Tanchez's apprentice, his first apprentice. I've been tattooing for about almost 2 years, I think. Like just under his apprenticeship. And yeah, I've basically been with him since he opened up his shop, and that's pretty much it.
There you go.
The rest is history.
Yeah, it's crazy because she was my client first,
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she started doing her own thing, and then I saw her because I saw her how I started, So I was like, yo, I wanna guide you, I wanna teach you and stuff, and then when I was working on my shop, like nobody knew about it. Like I kept it on the low just because I didn't want any influences. I wanted it to be like my own thing, So I told her, I was like, hey, I got something in the works. I have something that I'm working on right now, but I can't tell you, and stuff. I was just giving her like little hints, little hints. And then when it was time, because I didn't want to jinx it, I didn't want to tell her and then something not work out or something like that. And then, so I just waited. And then when the time was right, was like, hey, look, I got a shop. I want to sponsor you. I want to apprentice you, and then, that was it.
That's cool, bro. Yeah. So that's your first apprentice ever?
Well, no, I had another apprentice. That was my first apprentice at the 13th floor. When I was working at my shop in Fairfax, I had an apprentice there, and I taught her a little bit how to tattoo, but it was just too small, like my shop was too small. It didn't work out, like, and stuff like that. But she's good,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what did you see in Alex right here, Crybaby, that you were like, I want to teach her?
So like I said, she was my client beforehand, so like I've tattooed her like a few times and stuff like that. So we just had like good times, like when you're tattooing one of your clients and you just click and they're like cool and stuff like that. Like that's how she was, so we got along. So I saw her like she started doing her own tattoos and stuff like that, and I saw her like progress from like her little box and do upgrades and stuff like that. And I was like, yo, that's literally how I started, and stuff like that, and I liked it. And I was like, she's a great artist. I know she has potential, and I want to teach her. Like what's taking me like 11 years to learn on my own is gonna be fast track for her. So if I'm able to help her and guide her in a way that's gonna help her progress, then, and she's coachable too. So that's another thing that I liked about her. I
feel like that's very important. If you wanna, I feel like just for whatever, if you want to be a part of whatever, you have to be able to put your your ego aside and learn and be taught, because it's hard to listen to someone, especially when you're an older person.
And even for me, it's it's still a learning process for me, you know, because I've never had like a manager role or anything like that, or a boss. So me trying to tell them, you know, how to do something or what to do is like, I don't want them to get mad at me, you know, like, or something like that.
It's like your first child, you know, you have a lot of mistakes at first, but with the second one, you already know what to do and not to do. Crybaby got it easy, I guess.
Nah, it's true though, because I feel like I had the same issue here, bro. Yeah. And I still do sometimes. Yeah. I feel like, you know, at the end of the day, they're all grown men, grown women. Yeah. So, you know, talking to somebody like, not that they're less than you, but just trying to teach somebody that's of like similar age, it's, you know, you kind of feel bad sometimes. Yeah. I feel like you have to learn how to change that mindset and become the boss. Yeah. Yeah, that's something that my boy Daryl's been trying to teach me too. Yeah. Well, I'm
still learning.
No, I think just over the years he's been very helpful, because I feel like he has a little more of like manager experience, stuff like that. So
no, it's really cool, because I have her, and then I have two other I have another apprentice and another one that's gonna be starting soon. As soon as she's done, you know. But it's really cool because I have my daughters, and then I have them. They're like my kids at work, my work kids, you know. That's cool. So it's kind of cool, like learning their personalities, learning how to joke with each of them and stuff like that. It's awesome, you know. Like, and it's cool that I'm in the position that I'm in right now to be able to give them a spot where they can learn, you know, and stuff like that. So I think it's pretty dope.
Are you teaching them already or not yet?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
How old are they?
Wait, you're my daughters? Yeah. Or my daughters? Yeah. Oh no, so I'm not teaching them, but they did tattoo me. They tattooed me like on Father's Day.
Oh wow.
A few years ago.
How did that go?
It's not that bad.
Yeah. Show the public, bro.
It is right here. So my oldest,
solid.
My oldest did this one, and my youngest did this one. So this is a planet Earth with the little person on sitting on top of it, reaching for a star, and then this is a little dinosaur.
Those are really good.
With the crown. Yeah.
Did you like help them though, or was it like?
Yeah. So I told them. So when I got them, I was like, hey, look. I know it's Father's Day. I know you guys got me some gifts, but I want one more gift. And I was like, I want y'all to think about anything that you want to draw, whatever comes to your mind, right? And then when you draw it, I'm gonna take you to the shop, and I'm gonna teach you guys how to tattoo, and you guys are gonna tattoo it on me.
Oh, wow.
And that was it. They were not expecting them. They were not expecting that, and I got them that morning, and then we just went, and then we're gonna tattoo.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool, bro.
Yeah, so I recorded the video, and I did a little post on it. So
really?
It's pretty cool.
I'm gonna look for it.
Yeah, it's on my Instagram, but like going back to look at it, it's just like, man, it's so crazy, you know, because like, for me, when I look past, I'm like in my past and stuff, I'm like, man, I did that. It's crazy. Like teaching my daughters how to tattoo, and then doing the tattoo on me was like a cool experience, you know.
That's definitely different. How old are they now?
16 and 14.
Oh wow, so they were like 13, 10 when they did that, or?
Damn, they're old, bro. That's crazy to say.
They were like 11 and 9.
Wow, so they can definitely take orders and
right now, yeah.
That's amazing, man.
You should have them in the shop. Like you could even, start paying them, put them on.
That's why I told them, I was like, yo, I want you guys to be in here because I don't want to run this no more, you know. So like y'all are young, y'all could learn it and then take over, you know. So
that's huge,
bro. There's this tattoo artist in Las Vegas. His name is Daniel Rocha. Shout out to him because I like take his seminars sometimes. Yeah. And he has his daughter. She's I think she's 16 too. Oh, okay. But she's his like social media marketing specialist. Yeah, that's dope. She does all like their TikTok reels, stuff like that. And they're blowing up, bro. Like just from his daughter doing that. They pay her, so it's a write-off too. Yeah. There's so many benefits to it.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And I feel like that young generation gets all that stuff. Yeah. So for them, it's like, oh, I got it.
Yeah.
Bro, it's easy to. Boom.
And it's also easier I feel like, to teach them now because us as adults, us growing up when we grew up, we learned with technology as it was evolving and stuff like that, you know? So we learned like working, having to write everything down to now everybody could text it or type it up, you know? It's so easy. Like technology's evolved so much. So to be able to be like, hey, don't do it the way we did it, do it this way because it's so much faster, you know?
Wow, that's amazing. You can have two vicious artists under you, bro, with those with your daughters, bro. That's And then, are they interested in being in the tattoo industry, or what do they tell you with that?
My oldest, she's into cosmetology. You know,
Okay.
so she got accepted into the cosmetology program, so she's gonna be doing that.
Wow.
And in high school, and then my youngest, she's into music. You know, so she does a lot of that.
Wow.
That's what's up, bro.
That's good. The creative side.
I can't wait till. Well, nah, I'm not gonna say that. I was gonna say I can't wait till my daughter's that age, but I rather enjoy it right now.
Yeah.
Time flies.
Nah, I know, bro. What about you, Crybaby? Do you have any kids or?
Yeah, I have one daughter.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's 3 years old.
Oh my God.
So she's still young too.
Yeah, but she learns quick.
Yeah.
She's pretty intelligent. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Sometimes, man, they mimic so well too.
Yeah.
Like kids learn really
That's true.
fast.
Whatever they see you do, they want to do.
Yeah.
Like copycats.
And especially when they start becoming more independent, it's like crazy because she be doing stuff that she don't even need me. She don't. And like if I try to help her, she's like, no, I got it. But
They want to be independent.
Yeah.
Bro, so I got a question. I want to know where Tanchez comes from.
It's my last
Tanchez
name.
and
Really?
oh shit!
I was
Okay.
bored with it. People ask me all that time, and I'm like, "Yo, that's easy."
So what's your? I mean, if you can say it, what's your full name, bro?
It's so funny because not a lot of people know it, you know. And whenever I hear my name, I'm like, you know me from way back.
You're like,
from
shit.
way back, yeah.
Or it's like a family member or something.
Yeah, or a family member. So
Or
it
not.
is
Or nah. Yeah, Crybaby knows what's up.
Not the Guppy, man.
yeah, but it's Francisco. Yeah,
Francisco.
Yeah, but it's so crazy because I hate the way it sounds when I say it, but when somebody else says it, I'm like, yo, I feel like my name is just too long, you know,
Yeah.
like too many syllables. Like
I like Francisco.
Do they
Yeah.
ever call you Cisco for short?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Cisco too, bro. That's a good nickname.
Like my family calls me Paco, right?
Paco.
So like, I'm used to that. But then one of my sisters calls me Francisco. So when she says it, I'm like,
What do you want?
Bruh,
yeah.
Yeah.
don't call me that in public.
You don't look like a Francisco, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's stick to Tanchez, bro.
When I
Yeah.
think of Francisco, I think of Don Francisco.
Yeah,
I've been calling
Like
him
an
that.
older
my
gentleman.
sister calls me my sister will call me that too, and I have my uncle, his name is Francisco, and my sister has a, you know, like they're her daughters and nephews, and she'll be like, go with Tio Paco and stuff like that, and that's what I call my uncle. I'm like,
Yeah.
don't call me that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Francisco Tanchez.
I be calling him Don Francisco when he starts acting like a dad. I'm like, all right, Don.
All right, done.
I
I'm
mean,
like,
he is a dad. Bring out the trumpet. Que pase el chacal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Alright,
you
what about-
Crybaby, yeah.
Huh?
What about you?
Crybaby?
Crybaby?
Where'd you get Crybaby from?
Man.
She's gonna
I'm
cry.
gonna cry. Yeah. Stop.
And that's how she got
Don't ask me
Crybaby.
that question. She's gonna cry. It's like,
No, I think like definitely I was a big crybaby when I was little. Like I would cry over everything. I was a very sensitive kid. Like just like my daughter is right now. Just hearing a no, I'd be like, bruh, my whole world just crashing down.
Really?
Yeah, and I used to get called a crybaby all the time. You know, my big sister would pick on me, my cousins. Man, yeah. So, I don't know, like, the way I see it now is, bro, you gotta feel a lot of pain to cry.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta be hurting so much to finally let those emotions out, unwillingly or willingly, you know? And it's, like, pain that you gotta accept, and I feel like that's kind of how it is, getting a tattoo. You know, you go through that pain, and I feel like a lot of people get tattoos for different reasons. I know the reasons why I started getting them, you know? And it was just a pain where it was like, oh, this shit hurts, but I need to go through it to come out with like a better outcome, like a lot better outcome, whether it's something like just letting my emotions off my chest or even just having a new like beautiful artwork on my body instead of seeing like otherwise, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I notice a lot of people come and get tattooed when they're going through something too.
Yeah.
Like when they're going through a breakup or
Yeah.
just, you know,
Or
like
a
memorial
death.
pieces.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of them related to physical pain, you know, because emotional pain's different.
yeah.
And then physical pain, I guess they just want to feel that.
Yeah, I feel like you gotta be for all the amount of times I've cried when I was little to now, I'm like, dang, for me to go through all that pain, I'm a strong motherfucker. Bro.
Yeah.
Just
I mean,
like
I feel
that,
like for me, like, I used to be kind of hard with myself throughout like high school and like the first couple years of college. And then I had this epitome where like I was literally like going through some shit. my parents sat me down. They're like, Daryl, what's going on? I was on the verge of like finishing college or not, or pursuing my dream, which is like video work. They sat me down on the table and they were like, Daryl, what's going on? What's going on? For like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, I wasn't saying a word. I was just shutting down, pouring, crying. My mom was like, are you in trouble? Like, are you in a gang? Someone like, do you owe money to someone? And then they even asked me if I was gay, and I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yo.
That was when I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, we still have concerns about that. So,
You're like, what trauma you got?
Nothing wrong with the gay people. You know, we love gay people. You know? But I was just stuck, you know, in my mind. Mm-hmm. And when I like told him what was going on, it just felt like this huge weight got off of me, and I just poured like a nonstop crying. I started crying.
You were probably holding it in for a while.
Yeah. And I feel like ever since then, like I don't hold in any sort of emotions or any sort of feelings. Not even a part.
I could be firsthand to tell you he doesn't, bro. These past 3 days were terrible.
That's different, bro. When we're in a professional setting, you know, my boy got to go to the bathroom. But we were sharing a hotel room for the past 3 days. So, you know, your boy was relaxing in bed, trying to go night, you know, and, you know, tensions are loose. So,
his stomach wasn't letting it, bro.
Hey, bro, I told you to be quiet about that. So, yeah, so that's awesome that you're open with your emotions. And, you know, I feel like Crybaby now, I see it as not just a nickname, but I feel like it's who you are.
I think it's cool though. Like I feel like when I see stuff like that, I think of like Cali, right? How they have like all these nicknames for girls, like sad girl, shit like that.
Yeah.
And I just think it relates, like to me, it relates to like the Chicano culture.
Yeah.
So I like it.
I feel like Chicano culture has like a big like influence on me, to be honest.
That's
like,
what I was gonna say. That's like her style too.
Yeah.
We're like drawing
Really?
like black and gray, real thin script. You know, like that's her.
Hell yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So the name matches the work then.
Yeah.
There you
in
go.
the style, bro.
That's
She got
awesome.
the drip. She got the sad girl drip right now.
Yeah. I like the J's, the Force. Fire. So wait, how much longer do you have in your apprenticeship?
Man,
Yeah,
I'm
like
about to
a couple
finish up.
tattoos, right?
Yeah, I got about like 4 more.
Wow.
Yeah, 4 more, and I hit that 100 mark. Could be you.
Could be you. Sign up right here.
Right.
Wait, so how are you structuring her apprenticeship? Like, you said she has 100 tattoos, and then that becomes
So
full?
in Virginia, so we're in Maryland right now.
Yeah.
But in Virginia, it requires 1,500 hours, and 100 tattoo performances.
Wow.
Right. So that's why it takes so long, because you need that 1,500 hours, depending on how available they are to be in the shop and, you know, be under that, you know, like the experience and stuff like that. Depends on how long the apprenticeship is going to take.
Yeah.
You know, and then on top of that, they have to do the 100 performances, 100 tattoo performances and stuff like that.
Wow.
You know, so.
Damn.
But, and some of them she's done on me too, you know, so I could.
You count them as 2?
The reason that also I want to get tattooed by my apprentices is so I could feel it, you know, so I could feel it like you're going too deep. You're not going deep enough. You know, you gotta shade like this so I could sit there and watch, you know, like whether it's on my leg or my arms or something like that, you know, because I've gotten tattooed by other, you know, friends and stuff like that, so I know what it feels like. So with them, I need to know what it feels like to know if they're doing it right, you know?
Makes sense.
Wow. I love that.
Yeah, that's a good way to
I
look
feel
at
that's
it,
a great way for you to give like realistic feedback, you know?
Yeah.
But you know what's so crazy? Like, she just tattooed me not too long ago, and I was just asking her, I was like, yo, how crazy is it that a few years ago we were switched, where I was tattooing you, and that's when I met her. Years later, who would have known that she's in my shop tattooing me as my apprentice?
Yeah, that's about like 7 years later though.
So 7 years when you first began.
It's been a while. I forget
like,
everything. So.
Wow.
When
But
I remember it was like, I think I was like about 19 or 20. I think about 19 when I had first gone to him because he was having like a Halloween flash. And I was like, all right, you know, I got recommended, and I was like, I'm gonna go see what's up.
But and it's so crazy that when you think of a flash sale or something like that, you know, because like of course everybody wants to do like big ticket pieces,
big money, like big tickets,
money, right? But that small, like when you do a flash and it's like a smaller piece, you know, smaller price, it's not so much more, I mean, it's not so much the money that you're gonna get, but the people you'll meet, you know, like the connections. Like had I not done that flash, we wouldn't be here.
Exactly.
You know, and just because of that flash.
Wow.
Like,
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's one thing that
crazy.
we were kind of analyzing when we did the last flash, which was for Valentine's. We were like, guys, this is not an event to make money. This is an event to make connections. And
It was like networking.
yeah, and secure maybe a client for a bigger piece.
Yeah.
You know, and then next thing you notice, that client will give you their full body, and you're tattooing them there, you know, for a couple of years.
Yeah.
So
Shout out to those clients, by the way.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, for real.
Shout out
Because
to
a
them.
lot of them come, and you know what? Right now that you said that, I'm thinking about Johnny that's out there.
Johnny Scribbles.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Shout out Johnny, bro, because he was coming in for like just tattoos all the time, and now he's like in here trying to be an apprentice too.
Oh yeah.
So he's
Yeah.
like drawing all the time, and it's just crazy to see it like
Yeah.
firsthand. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell he's hungry too, which is we like to see that, you know,
Yeah.
because it shows that you want to be here.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
also crazy how you cross paths. You know, like they were meant to be there, but for whatever reason, everything aligned and now
Yeah.
they're there.
Yeah.
You know, like so if he does become an apprentice, it's cool how he was getting tattoos.
Right.
He was in here. You guys got to know him, know his personality, and then if he starts tattooing, like,
Yeah, bro.
dope, you
Yeah.
know?
that's how it starts.
Yeah.
I feel like that's huge. Like when you're like, when you kind of put yourself in those situations too as well, and you're like, you know what, I want to be involved with whatever they're doing, and I feel like maybe that's where the love for it grows. Like,
Yeah.
wow, you know what, like I want to become a tattoo artist now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it takes
Yeah.
a lot of patience and discipline, though, for sure.
it does.
I learn that like the hard way each and every month. I'm like, it's like just another realization that it definitely takes a lot of discipline to just keep
Yeah.
going.
And there's
put
always
yourself
room
out there.
for growth too.
Yeah.
You know, like even me tattooing for 11 years, you know, I'm still learning. I'm still trying to figure out how he does his tattoos so smooth. And I'm like,
Black and gray.
yeah, you know, like, but it's always a thing, you know, like even if you're master, you're still trying to
Yeah,
learn
bro.
more.
I'm
you
the
know,
same
and
way.
there's-
I'm always studying somebody.
Yeah.
I'm always like
exactly.
on Instagram beating myself up like, damn,
Yeah.
that shit is so
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's good though. I feel like you can't get to a point in your career where you're like, I master everything.
Yeah.
I feel like you haven't.
Yeah, and even then, it's perspective too, you know, because you might look at it like, yo, this is flawless. Somebody else with a different set of eyes will look at it and be like, bro, you missed this, and, you know, and then you're like, oh, you know,
Yeah.
and then that's how you learn, you know,
Yeah.
like,
I feel like I like to hear people when they're like, I finished a piece, I look at it and I'm like, damn, I could have done this, done that better, you know?
yeah,
That shows that you're kind of like growing as you tattoo and you're kind of developing more skills and a finer eye for
Yeah.
your work. So
You
Yeah.
push yourself further.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. So
definitely.
especially if you look at yourself as, you know, not necessarily competing, but competing against yourself.
Yeah.
You know, like I got to do better than I did yesterday.
Exactly.
You know, and stuff like that, or looking at your artwork or your tattoos and being like, man, I could have done this a little bit better or whatever, you know. So for the next one, now you know your own self-critique, you
yes.
Yeah.
know, and apply that.
Yeah.
Like you saw that, like let's
fix
Let's
it.
fix
yeah,
that.
let's fix
Yeah.
it, you know.
And it really works. I feel like I take a lot of stuff where I'll do a tattoo, and if I do something wrong that I didn't like, I'm like, the next time I do an eye, this is what I'm gonna do different,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna go too dark on like the white part or some shit.
Yeah.
But I'll like have mental notes that I'll always remember the next time I do it.
Like PG Chucky.
Yeah. Bro, inside joke.
PG Chucky, man. it's like, we'll tell you guys about it later. We can't tell them about that.
All right,
All right, guys, we got to take a quick little break and then we'll reset the cameras and come back. All right. Other questions?
Yo, ask
To my other
AI,
phone.
AI to give you new questions.
It's in the black phone, bro. I left it over there.
Dude,
I feel like asking
the blue
AI
phone.
is like asking the Ouija board. Fuck that.
Asking AI.
Yeah, it's like asking
it's
the
just
Ouija
kinda
board.
weird.
if you-
But you know what I was telling him, that I kind of I want to start using it. I feel
dude,
like,
I'm all
Well,
about it.
the Ouija board?
oh hell no, bro. My mom were to hear me say that shit. No, I'm talking about like Chat GBT or whatever his name is. You
Yeah.
use it?
It's not him. It's a computer, so it's
I said you use it.
I don't use it.
I was talking to him.
Oh.
I asked him, did he use
Oh,
it?
no, I thought you meant like, do you use him like the
Do you use him?
ChatGPT? I don't.
Yeah, I do use it.
Are we okay?
So here's my thing, right? I feel like if you think about it, right, like all the movies from the past about the future are pretty much coming true
Yeah.
in a sense, right? You know, and like ChatGPT and all that stuff, that AI, like I wasn't familiar with it, you know, and I wanted to get more informed and knowledgeable about it. So I started watching YouTube videos and stuff. And I feel like it's the next step, You know, it's been out for a while, and a lot of people are just now starting to use it.
It has, yeah.
But I feel like we're so far behind in using it, you know? Like, because it's going to be so powerful in the future. I don't know if I'm sounding like a crazy person.
No, but
now you're right.
But
it's true.
But that's where I see the future going, you know? So I'm like, it's another tool to facilitate your life, you know? Instead of trying to do it like the old way, you know, like we're evolving.
It's like emails.
Everything.
You know?
And bro, it's like a calculator.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, just think about like when people used to write in sand or something, like to find out, you know?
SOS messages.
Yeah, you know?
Like
and then now you have a calculator and stuff like that in your phone, you know? It's the way things have evolved.
That's true.
So you have used it. My bad.
No.
So have you used ChatGPT already?
Yeah, I've used it. I don't remember what I've asked it right now, but yeah, I use it pretty often.
So what is it, like an application?
It's an app that you could ask it pretty much questions, you know, or you could tell it to write you something, you know, or you could, like, let's say if you wanted to write a story, you could give it what you have and tell it to finish it for you, and it'll finish it for you based off of like the knowledge of the internet and stuff like that.
That's crazy.
It's hella dope, you know, like you could just have fun with it and just like ask it a whole bunch of stuff and then it'll just like spit it out.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah, I wanted to mess with it and ask it like business plans or
it'll give you that.
just like how to get this and that.
I feel like the internet's his brain, so anything that's in the internet will be used to give you an answer.
Yeah.
I just feel like the more we input into all these, you know, search engines, Google, Yahoo, and all the other ones,
Did you save it all?
the more it learns.
It's learning.
I tell him though, like after a while, it becomes a little like repetitive, like where it's like a kid in high school that's not trying to plagiarize what they find in the textbook. It's like it's saying the same exact thing, just a different wording. Though.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
It shows that, you know, it literally just, it's like an algorithm kind of thing where like, oh, like you're asking about this, let me go ahead and go in my brain and like look for like every little possible like match to that word or that phrase or that, you know, keyword or whatever, and like see if it fits with you, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So
I feel like my favorite AI is Grammarly. Do you guys use Grammarly?
No.
I was just thinking about that, bro.
So Grammarly, like, it started out as an input, you know, you can download it to your computer. And as you type emails, it'll, like, read it. And it'll be like, hey, you misspelled this word, or your context is wrong. You need to, you know, rewrite your structure so that your sentence makes sense and you can get your point across. But now you can literally type in a sentence. For example, today we're going to shoot a podcast with Tanchez and Crybaby, and we're going to talk about life. I can input that in there, and I can be like, make this more persuasive.
Yeah.
And they'll give me like a paragraph of all of that.
Yeah.
And you're like,
That's
what
crazy.
the hell?
Yeah.
So I use that for my emails.
Yeah.
Just to make me sound a little more, you know, professional. And get my point across easier without having back and forth. Yeah. And it works. So
I used to use it in college, but I would just use it to like proofread the whole thing and make sure that you could and nothing was spelled wrong, stuff like that. But today when I was using your phone, I noticed that they have like a widget where you're typing something and it gives you like a better way to phrase it.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, now you could just have it connected to your phone, and anybody that you text, it could be said better.
yeah, it's up to the point where like it'll finish your sentences for you.
Yes.
Like where it'll just be like, oh, you want to say this? All right. I got you.
You're like, damn, what's the point of thinking now?
Yeah.
Literally, I was just about to say, I'm like, yo, like, low-key, we just don't got to be thinking.
Yeah.
You know?
That makes sense. I feel like that's kind of like direction we're going to be going to with this. And then next thing you notice.
Bad, though, because it takes all the creative, like, thoughts.
It makes life, I feel like that's just life, though. Like, everything's dumbing us down, and not purposely, but it's just, everything's just evolving so much that it's making it worse for humans to really use our fullest potential, right?
Yeah.
Because like look at like fast food restaurants. They got robots doing this stuff now, and they're so much more efficient than a human being could be, right?
Yo, I got
and then I saw like
I'm so sorry for interrupting. I had a robot serve me my breakfast at Denny's one time.
That's what I was gonna say.
We've seen that.
The little machine that that shit is crazy.
They come around and they serve you and they know where you were sitting and what you got and what the other person got under you.
I feel like it's gonna be like that and at a bigger level in the future, bro. Like think about buildings, right? Like all these construction people in the future, they're probably gonna have machines that could build them like even better. there's gonna be no need for humans in the future,
Sadly, I feel like that could be the potential thing.
except for tattoo artists.
Yeah, I was just about to say, but then like, what is it that you can do with just robots? Like, what kind of society is that? You know?
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like robots are built to facilitate and make things more efficient.
Yeah.
You know, for example, a human can work 8-10 hours max, but a robot can work 24/7.
You
So
don't gotta pay it.
the robot's gonna literally, you don't have to pay for the robot, after you buy it, maybe maintenance, but the robot's gonna, yield you, 100 shirts if you work in a factory instead of 10 shirts that the human did.
Yeah.
So in the eyes of business people, we like that, we like seeing efficiency at a lower cost. So
it's just so crazy how like the use of robots and stuff like that, or things that's automated, is gonna increase like online sales.
Oh,
You
yes.
know, like you don't really need a storefront anymore because everything is so many stores. Like you as one person, in the old times you might own one store, 2 stores. Now you go own like 10 different stores online.
Yeah.
That do different sales.
That's true.
Like
That's e-commerce. It's
makes
huge.
so much different money that way.
Yeah,
you know?
I have I work with like 2 or 3 clients that they do e-commerce work. So I create a lot of content for their products.
Yeah.
And they're multimillionaires.
Yeah,
it's
it's
crazy. Like
Yeah.
these guys are like 24, 23,
Yeah.
have mansions in Puerto Rico and up here, and they're driving nice cars and traveling everywhere. And they're like 23, and I'm like 29. I'm like, holy shit, where did this was when I needed it? No, when I was
Where
young.
this was.
But you know
Where this
what?
was.
Grammarly.
This episode is brought to you by Grammarly.
No, but honestly, I think it's never too late to start. Like whenever you started doing this, you weren't too late.
Yeah.
Because there's people that haven't even started yet that are gonna start.
Exactly.
And there's people that have started before you. But it's you're starting at the right time.
Yeah.
So whenever you decide to try to do that, like you can.
It's true. Yeah.
That's true, bro.
That's true. I feel like that's something that you're never too late for. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, since you're always learning, you're always evolving. One skill could lead to another skill that you never knew that you would be interested in.
Wow.
While you're learning.
Yeah. So speaking of
true.
speaking of skills, like, were you always like looking to do tattoos, or what was your beginnings like, bro?
So I actually went to school for I have an associate's in computer electronics and a bachelor's in information system security. So
That's crazy.
But I was always drawing, and I had like friends that would ask me for tattoo designs, and I had a friend that asked me when I was working at the airport. He asked me like, "Are you drawing anything lately?" Because I would post it on Facebook, and I was like, "I'm working on something, but I they keep changing their mind." And then he was like, "Are you charging them?" And I was like, "No." Like he was like, "You should charge them. As a matter of fact, you should do the tattoo." And I was like, "Bro, I can't tattoo. Like, what are you talking about?" And then I thought about it, and I was like, "How hard could it be? How hard could it be? Like, let me give it a try." So I bought a kit, and I got it in the mail, and I just sat on it. Like I didn't touch it. I mean, I opened it, but I didn't practice or anything like that. And then maybe like a month later, like one of my boys hits me up, from school, and he was like, "Yo, I'm trying to get tattooed. Like, do you know how to tattoo?" And I was like, "I have what I need. I just never done it."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Well, shit, you could practice on me, And that was it. I went to his place. I practiced on him. I did a tattoo on his chest. It took me forever to do, and it sucked, like. But it was one of those things, like, he gave me the opportunity.
Yeah.
From there, I just started doing more, and I was getting better and better. And then before I knew it, like, that's where I'm at.
Wow.
My
bad, bro. Wait, real quick. How long ago was this? Like, when did you begin? Like, when was that day that you did the tattoo?
I know I was 25. I don't remember the day, but I just remember 25.
25 years old.
Quarter century, yeah.
Wow.
And that's when she was starting.
I was gonna ask you, didn't he come by the shop not that long ago?
Yeah, and
Who, your boy, the one you first tattooed?
Yeah.
Did you see the piece?
Yeah, I saw it, and I was like, bro, I don't know. I was like, give me a little bit of time. Like, I got to think on it, on how we're gonna cover it.
Oh, he wanted to cover it.
No, I wanted to cover it.
You should leave it, bro.
I told him, I was like, because he went away for a little bit, and then he came back. And then when I saw it, I was like, bro, like I need to fix that.
Yeah.
Nah,
like,
for me, my bad, bro. Like, to cut you off, but for me, I have a friend, the one that I did the first tattoo on, it was a similar story to yours. And I remember that later down the road, I tattooed him a little more, like, like just other tattoos on him. But when I saw that one, I was just like, I never want to cover it up.
Yeah.
Like, even if it does look fucked up, because
Yeah.
I feel like your first tattoo is just,
yeah,
I want to always remember it like that,
yeah,
And who knows, maybe you'll run into him in the future again, and you'll be like,
yeah,
that's my first tat again, like,
Yeah.
it's crazy to see where you started to where you are now.
100%, yeah.
So I'd rather just keep it.
yeah.
But if you cover it, take a picture of that and frame it.
Yeah.
No, I feel like at the time when I saw him, because I've done cover ups before, but just that piece, I don't think I was comfortable enough, and I was like, bro, I don't want to mess it up, and make it worse,
Yeah.
Like, it's already my first one, so it's a little janky, but like,
What was it?
Yeah, what was it?
It was a skull with roses, but like the roses are like skewed and like, but I can't remember the tattoo artist. There's a tattoo artist that does a lot of cover ups, And
Is it Mr. What's his name?
Mr. Reyes?
Mr. Reyes?
Yeah,
he's vicious with the cover ups.
him and I watched some of his videos, and it's funny because my boy JC, right? I watched his video, and then like I watched a few of Mr. Reyes' videos like on cover ups, and then the next day I had a cover up that I was about to start doing. It was a jungle sleeve, and JC, he had a little tiger tattoo, and he wanted to build onto it, and I was like, bro, like he works out, so he has some like nice big arms, but the tattoo looks like a sticker, and I was like, I can't work on that, bro. Like, how about we cover it up, and then we just go with some big pieces, just go big, And he was like, yeah, I think I like that idea. So we covered it up with the gorilla, and the gorilla had hella texture, and the fur and all that stuff. And I was like, Mr. Reyes, like, So what I watched in the video, I applied it to that, and it was
Made it work?
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel that's a good way to approach a tattoo like that. You usually want to make sure we have, like he says, because I've heard a lot of his stuff that he talks, a lot of grays, and then your blacks and your dark, your darker grays.
Yeah.
So that's a good way to approach it. Mr. Ray does that like it's nothing.
Yeah.
He's a beast when it comes to that stuff. We're over here like watching his videos too, and we're like, where did the cover up go? Like, where did it go? Where are the lines?
Yeah. Yeah.
Gone.
Especially with those tones, bro. And then he runs his machine so low. He's a beast.
So with him running his machine low, I run my machine low now, And whenever I have to do a cover up, I think he uses a 14 round liner, and that's what I use. I got used to it. I was like, yo, you have so much control with it.
Right.
And so like back to the story with my boy with his chest, like now, like the amount of cover ups I've done since I watched his video and applied those techniques, I definitely want to cover it up. You know, I just want to like blast his whole chest and be like, bro, let's do
something
like
new.
before and after.
Yeah.
Because that was like 2014, something like that. Like that was, or 2012. 2012.
Wow, so that's 11 years ago.
Yeah.
I started 2010.
Yeah, 2012.
2 years later, that's when Tanchez,
Yeah.
Wow.
Hold
But
me down.
have you always been in a shop or how?
Nah. I was in the house for 6 years.
Okay.
Then I got with somebody for 2 years, did my own thing. And then that's when I finally got like a bigger shop for like 2 years. And then we came here and we've been here since.
Hell yeah, dude.
But I've been like all over the place, bro. But I definitely did most of my time in the house by myself.
Okay, so when like at your place, or you were going to different people?
I did a little bit of both.
Okay.
We used to do like tattoo parties.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't even know
Yeah.
why I used to do those, but
yeah.
we did tattoo parties. I
Hey,
think
now you have good stories from those.
yeah. Yeah, we
yeah.
got a lot of good stories.
Yeah.
And then most of them were at the house. Like
Yeah.
every house I moved to, like we would just towards the end, I remember we were doing them in the living room.
Yeah.
I say we because my brother used to do some here and there.
That's what's up.
Yeah, but yeah, bro, just in the house. Started like, just like everybody else. Well, not everybody, because I know a lot of people get apprenticeships.
Yeah.
And shout out to them because they learned the
Yeah.
correct way to do it. But
Yeah.
I also feel like learning in the house by yourself, like there's a lot of shit that you teach yourself during those years that,
Yeah.
like nobody could tell you how to mess something up because you learned it yourself
Yeah.
firsthand.
Yeah.
So, I think that's the good thing. But also having a mentor, I feel like it just kills so much of that. Like you were saying, like
the time.
Yeah, the time
wasted.
Because like what it took me 6 years, somebody could learn it in one, bro.
Because of the experience.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
But yeah, that's how I see it with her. You know, it's like, yo, I could give you like so much sauce. You know, just because like I've been doing this for a while.
Right.
You know, and yeah.
Did you also start in a house by yourself, and then did you get in a shop, or how did that work?
So I've always been on my own. I'm self-taught with everything that has my name on it. You know, I've taught myself how to do it. You know, but so I worked at one shop. I remember this one time, like I was going to people's houses, and I was gonna ask you, like, when you were going to people's houses, did you have a toolbox?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, okay. Bro, do you still have it?
You know what? I think I do. I think I do.
Mine is hanging on top of in my shop, like on top of the door. As soon as you go in,
probably got all ink and blood on it.
No, because I didn't tattoo on it. I would always set up.
I used to tattoo on it sometimes, bro.
Wow.
They didn't have a table, so I would be like, "Fuck it, this is the setup."
I had a little tray or something like that.
Okay, you were cleaner than me, bro.
Yeah. I still have that box in my shop. So whenever I look at it, I'm like, yo, that's the original shop right there.
That's what's up.
It's
man.
11,
the original
11,
shop. I like that.
11 years old, like that box. To anybody else, it is just a box. To me, there's so much history. That was the
beginning, bro.
And everybody that got tattooed out of that box is like, yo.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Dope. Yeah.
The believers, bro.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So how long was that journey for you since you began to the point where you got like into a shop and you were actually like working with other people that knew more than you know?
So I was doing that for a little bit, and then I met this guy, Short B. You know, he's a musician and stuff like that. And he had a recording studio, and I tattooed him. And he was like, yeah, you could tattoo here, you know? So I was tattooing at his spot for a little bit. But I just felt uncomfortable bringing people I didn't know to his place, you know, and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So then eventually I got a townhouse, and I set up like one of the rooms kind of like as a little shop, you know, and stuff like that. So I did that for a little bit, but I was just getting too busy. Like I was working at the airport overnight, and I had started doing like more and more tattoos, and I had got let go from the airport, you know, and it was
what happened to that, bro?
Huh?
Real quick, just why'd you get let go?
So I feel I feel like everything happens for a reason, right? And once upon a time, like when I started working at the airport, because one of my degrees, it helped me get the job there. So at Dulles Airport, they have the train system, you know, and I was working with that. And we had like little equipment rooms where we worked at night, and we would be in those rooms. If there was anything that happened with the trains, they would call us, hey, go check up on the train or whatever, you know. But when that company had just started, you know, so I was one of like the first employees and stuff like that. And in one of the rooms, like it was labeled whatever the room was labeled, right? But it didn't have a big label. So I got on the table and there was like a whole bunch of like drawings from like construction workers that had drawn like little like chicken scratch. So I got on top and I wrote in like big like old English like letters like Seagates, the name of the station where I was at, you know. And it was there for years, you know. I worked at that place for like 7 years. Wow. So the 7th year, right, I had already been tattooing for like 3 years, you know, like part-time and stuff like that. So the 7th year, there had been a whole bunch of stuff that had been going at the airport. One of the managers that had been there originally when I started, he had left, gone to Miami. Our general manager got fired, and then that guy came back. When he came back, I was a regular technician, right? I was getting paid like as much as a supervisor because of my seniority, because I didn't want to take any responsibility and level up. Like it was just a whole bunch of politics. They weren't promoting the right way. It was based off of if you were military or something like that, that's how they would promote, you know, which is why like the general manager ended up getting fired from that place. But when that guy came back, he was like checking everybody and trying to see like who they could, you know, let go and stuff like that. Me, you know, at like,
my bad.
me at my position, I'm like down here, but I'm getting paid up here because of seniority. So he was like, nah, we're paying him too much. We need to see how we can let him go, you know? So,
Dude,
so because I was an artist and I had been there for so long, they were like, you did that, you know, like the airport manager is like saying whatever, you know? And we might have to let you go, but we're gonna write you up, you know? So they wrote me up, and then maybe a couple of days later they pulled me in and they were like, yeah, you wrote that, it has your signature on it and stuff like that. And I'm like, I didn't, my name is not on there, and that's been there for years, you know? I could have fought it, and I feel like I would have won, you know, because there was some other stuff that happened, and my boy won a case, you know? But yeah, I got let go, and for that, right? And once that happened, I was like, man, I've been here for 7 years, you know, like all these guys that I work with are like family, you know, I see them every night. What am I going to do now? Like, I don't want to go through an interview process, you know, I don't want to go through, you know, resumes and all that stuff. So then I started tattooing full time, and then I got into like my shop in Fairfax, you know, and eventually went from there. But that's crazy. I worked at Aaron's shop, Aaron Garcia. I worked there for maybe like, I don't even know how long it was. It was like a few weekends and stuff, you know, so that was cool. And then I worked at Spike from Black Label.
Yes.
I worked at his shop for a whole year, and that was awesome. That was an awesome experience, because aside from that, I've always been on my own. You know, like everything I've learned has been self-taught, you know, YouTube videos and stuff like that. But being at a shop with, you know, like Spike and learning from all the other artists, it was awesome. You know, like I got to learn a little bit from each person, and that's when I saw my work take off, you know, and evolve and stuff, you know. So I'm very grateful for Spike, you know, and giving me the opportunity, because I had been a shop owner before that, but I've never been a shop owner like he was with other artists, you know. So before opening up my shop, that was kind of like training almost.
That was like your blueprint.
Yeah, you know, to see what I liked, what I didn't like, what worked for me, what doesn't work for me and stuff. Because I didn't know how to manage, you know, and stuff like that. But learning from that experience, it was awesome, you know.
Wow. Hey, that's what's up. Shout out Spikey, bro.
Yeah, shout out to Spike.
I think that's the benefit of joining a shop, bro. Like, there's benefits that you don't pay attention to, because in the house you could be as best of an artist as you want to be, and shit, even if like you're better than anybody around your area, I feel like when you get into a shop, you learn stuff that you just can't learn in the house by yourself. Like something as simple as like, for me, it was like consent forms, shit like that. Like I didn't even consider consent forms or getting sued, stuff like that. And then just learning how they manage, how they run like something big where you have to buy inventory for not just yourself, but like other people that are there. So I feel like there's stuff like that indirectly you learn from and you don't even notice.
No, it's definitely an awesome experience, and it's so crazy because I'm grateful for where I'm at, you know, and how far I've came. You know, I'm glad that for 11 years this is something that I'm passionate about and still doing. You know, and I still have clients coming in, so it's dope, stuff, man. Bro. That's amazing. And it's so cool, like the different type of people that you meet. You know, like you'll see somebody coming in and you have no idea what to expect, and then you tattoo them for like 8 hours, and you're like friends with like somebody like you wouldn't have been friends with like crossing the street. That's true, but you know, it's like
learn everything about them.
They open up. Sometimes they even open up their whole life in front of you, and you're like, oh shit, I know this person.
That's why I tell people, I'm like, yo, don't go to a therapist. Just go to a tattoo artist. Because we'll talk to you and you'll walk out with a reward.
There we go.
You know, like,
that's a good pitch. That's
a good pitch.
Like, it's real though, bro. A lot of people will tell you as if you were the therapist. I
mean, like, you trust them with the needle, you gotta trust them with your whole life at that point.
And I feel like when you're in pain, usually people tend to like let loose and just like start like saying stuff just to get it out of their chest.
I think I think it's because when you're tattooing them, they're like vulnerable. They're like in pain, and they're just like they don't even have time to think of what to say to you. They're just like
they just want to get something out.
Let me answer the question.
Let me just distract myself.
Yeah.
Let me talk about my real pain.
Yeah, and I feel like everybody's just super honest, super vulnerable, just
genuine.
Genuine, just telling you whatever they want to tell you.
Sorry.
I've never tried these. Do you shake it?
No shit.
Is it use?
You've really never tried it?
No. What is it? Is it an energy drink?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
It's about to become your most favorite energy
I've seen
drink.
everybody with it.
You be seeing me with it.
Yeah, we're sponsored Celsius. Thank you for the Celsius today.
I wish we were
Hit me up so you guys could send us some more.
I appreciate it.
All right,
That's pretty good.
Should we? What were we talking about? You said
vulnerability.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I was gonna ask you, have you ever had a client like make weird noises while getting tattooed?
Yeah, it's happened, bro.
Yeah. No, I have a client. I think you said something and it reminded me of her. Like she would just make like animal noises,
Really?
like a I don't know, like a platypus, like just like I don't know. Like,
What does a platypus sound like?
I'm not gonna do it, but yeah. So
Insert
like
Perry the platypus.
Yeah,
right there.
no, that's what I would call her. I would call her Perry the platypus. Yeah,
Perry the
because she would make.
platypus.
I can't recreate it. I'm not gonna try it, but that's what she
Damn,
would.
this
that's
sounds like a different conversation
Yeah,
right here, bro.
Well, I'll be like, yo, what are you doing?
Okay,
Interesting.
Tanchez.
I forgot who it was. I think we were doing in DC. We were doing the whole like little like I think it was like a 30-second podcast we did last year.
Oh yeah, the quick interviews with all the
And
artists.
someone was like, I had a girl like every time the needle would touch her, she would start moaning.
Okay.
And she said like the whole shop cleared out because like no one can be there and be serious, with someone moaning every time they got the needle on them. So
he be moaning. I tattooed him the other day. He was like, "Fuck." I'm like,
that
yo.
sucks. Getting tattooed sucks.
it does suck. I feel like it hurts.
Yeah.
I feel like it hurts, but it's part of the pain.
Yeah.
Part of the process.
Yeah, part of the process.
You gotta earn it. That's what they say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about pain, what do you guys think about numbing cream? Because this is something we want to talk about because we've been kind of experiencing something that we want to see if other people are also going through the same thing.
I don't like it.
You don't?
I don't like it at all.
Like for yourself or to use it?
So I've used it like myself on some pieces, and I feel like it definitely like be leaving my skin very, very like a lot more painful than it would be, like especially during the healing process.
Really?
Yeah. What I explain to like people who ask me about like numbing cream, I tell them, like they ask me, like what's the best numbing cream, and of course, in the US there's only a certain amount of lidocaine a numbing cream can have, where it's safe. And people are like ordering these numbing creams are like 40% lidocaine, and it's a lot, like people go dead numb. Like I've gone dead numb, and like there's a reason why your body needs to feel that pain, because I think after a while your body goes in shock and it's like, bro, I can't no more. So you feel that after you get that tattoo. I remember I cried myself to sleep. I cried myself to sleep because I couldn't. Like,
it was painful.
It was that painful. Like I couldn't put my leg down or nothing. I was like, bro, I just want to go to sleep, like for real. But I don't like it, and I feel like it definitely does like affect the skin, like after like the healing process too of it. Like I feel like because your skin is so irritated, the tattoo doesn't even heal as good as it should. To be honest, yeah. So
you don't advertise it as like, hey, you want to get numbing cream? Yeah, it has to come from the person.
Yeah, definitely.
And would you still do it though if they ask for it?
I mean, yeah, but it's always, trying to like let the client know, not really convince them, but like, let them know, hey, these are some of the reasons why I personally don't. And, if you still wish to continue, then that's all you.
Educate them.
Yeah, just to educate them. Some people be like, I'll still go with it. And I've seen like other people who've like used numbing cream before, and they like, their skin gets so sensitive that they break out into like a rash before the even tattoo gets started. So I'm just like, nah, like I'd rather just have you thug it through for as long as you need to. Like I'd rather do this in multiple sessions than try to, power it down in one session and then you leave fucked up. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know about you, but like
you can curse.
Dang, you can't curse.
Sorry, Mom.
This ain't no kid show, so you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah, but like, I mean, my biggest thing, which like Tanchez explained, is like, he needed to feel how like we were with Depp, and like that's something that's big to me. Like, I tattooed myself before I even started tattooing on anybody because I was like, no, I don't want to be leaving people in pain, bro. And like, not to toot my own horn or anything, but I've told, like, I do have a pretty light hand when it comes to tattooing, which for me, I'm always like
debatable.
It's like that.
He's
I'm a baby.
He is a baby.
He is a baby.
Nah,
Yeah,
I'm a baby.
Yeah, I have to like smack some sense into him sometimes. I gotta be like, bro, like, you're this far in life with this many tattoos. Like,
it changes after a while.
They say it hurts as you get older. It hurts
more.
Yeah, I can vouch for that.
Not only that, but like I think as artists, you realize that there's certain body parts you're not gonna tattoo yourself. You're not gonna want to get a tattoo there because you know how like people take it, and you're just like, yeah, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to sit through that.
It's pretty painful, yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Tanchez? What do you think about numbing creams and all that stuff?
Yo, I'm a baby. So
the more the merrier for him.
Yeah, so I mean, it's certain spots, right? Like my back, I've tattooed a lot of people's backs and stuff like that. People fall asleep and stuff, but for me, that shit was painful. That shit sucked. That was like the worst tattoo that I've had.
Really?
And so I got tattooed by Nina, the Jade Tiger, right?
Did you ever finish it?
No.
Damn, bro, that thing was coming out crazy.
Nina's fire.
I need to see this.
Yeah, we still gotta finish
fire.
it, but yeah, I've had to use numbing cream because it was just, I feel like it was the nerves more than like the surface pain. The surface pain wasn't really it. Dude, it felt like my nipples were gonna like pop off, like they were just on fire. Like it just.
And
felt
she was in your back, not your front.
Yeah,
wow.
She was in the back, and it was just the spot that she was hitting, and I had to like counteract the pain.
You
and
were pinching them, Jones?
Yo, I was pinching, twisting. I was going.
You were icing them?
Nah, not that far, you know.
Hey, now we know what he likes.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was pretty painful, you know. So like for my back, I'll use like numbing cream, and then we use numbing cream for my the side of my calf, but it was more so because it was like it would burn, but it was also like ticklish. Yeah. Like it was hella ticklish. Like my leg
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like she would hit a nerve and my leg would just like jump.
And
I couldn't control it. It was just. But then when we put it on there, it was just chill. You know.
Interesting.
I had one like that.
Yeah. So for me with clients, like if it's their first tattoo, I tell them don't do numbing cream. Don't do any. You need to know what it feels like. Because if you don't know what it feels like, how are you going to know the next time? Yeah. You're always going to want to use it. And you might not even need it because it doesn't hurt that bad, you know? So like I said, for me, it's certain spots that I'll use numbing cream on myself, you know, and other times I won't, you know? And for the client, it just depends. Like, I won't suggest numbing cream unless I've tattooed you before and I know you can't handle the pain. Yeah. So then I'd rather apply some numbing cream so that way you could sit and I could get some work done. You know, we could just break up the session into multiple sessions.
Yeah, makes sense.
It'll take longer, but at least you're not shaky and a lot of pain because there's some people that can't. Wow. You know.
But have you had any instance where you see the tattoo not healing, but like showing a lot of redness when you're done with it, or healing not so defined and sharp? Have you guys had any sort of?
Yeah, I think that was with my Marvin the Martian tattoo. Remember I told you I used numbing cream for that one because I was in the back of my calf. Like that was like literally like my calf, right?
Yeah.
Right?
No,
I think I've noticed like with some clients, it takes longer to heal when I use numbing cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I did an experiment the other day where somebody wanted his full throat. And I started on one side. We did like 3 hours and I knocked that out. He was straight. I mean, of course he was in pain, but he was taking it right.
He could handle it, yeah.
Yeah, and then I started on the other side, and I had put numbing cream an hour before I finished.
Yeah.
So I started on it, and he tapped out like maybe 30 minutes in.
Yeah.
And he was just like, bro, I don't know why this one just hurts way more.
It hurts, like, especially like when you wipe it. Like the surface is so sensitive, but like once that needle hits, you don't feel shit. Yeah. But like that surface, like, you feel it. Like, you feel it, definitely. I would always tell him, because that's how it was with, like, I think both my, like, leg pieces with him. Like, especially the Marvin the Martian one. It got really red, like, the next day. Like, it was painful. Like, it was painful.
Do you think Tanchez is heavy-handed?
No. I've been Tanchez's client for so long. Yeah. Like, he has a good hand. Like, I've been tattooed by people who are heavy-handed. And, like, even, like, that wasn't as painful as, like, when I had to use numbing cream.
Really?
So it's just, I think it's definitely that threshold. Your body just at one point it's like, nah.
Yeah, just not taking it no more.
Yeah, and I think it will honestly go up to the point where it'll reject the ink, to be honest, because
That's
it was harder for me to put the ink in that one.
It's like it wasn't staying,
Yeah.
right? And like the neck is already a tough spot because it's like tough skin, you know? It's kind of like a knuckle in a way where you gotta really like, you know,
like
saturate
really
it.
Pack it in there, yeah.
Obviously, so I can imagine, like, you know, for like the amount of irritation, like at the bleeding, the ink's just not gonna want to stay in.
It was tough.
I think because like the numbing cream also, like when it like absorbs into the body, it gets like a thick consistency, and it makes the skin a little bit thicker too. You know, like it definitely makes it like a lot sticky. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're
adding
something to your skin that's not natural, you know, and then you're making your follicles and your skin fall asleep. So your skin is always already has something in it. Yeah. And then you're trying to inject something more on top of that. Yeah. So I feel like it's obvious that the skin is not gonna take as it should if it was just by itself, you know.
But it is crazy though, like when it does work, how you don't feel it.
Yeah.
He's had clients. He's had clients that just sit like rocks.
Yeah, it's like, bro, I don't feel
for the
like,
back of the knee.
Me?
Yeah, I had one dude.
I think it's like only best for like if you're gonna just do line work, and it's just literally all line work. I think
then
for
you
like
shade separate, like with nothing.
Yeah, basically, because that shading, like, that's what kills it. Like, it's just, I remember him, he would wipe me, and I'd be like, fuck. Like, I'd be like, dang.
Nah, well, I hate how, like, also when you use it, it kind of turns the skin a certain color.
Yeah.
It doesn't have that nice, like, red tone that I like.
It gets, like, purple, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a muddy purple.
Like grayish.
I feel like it's like that blood just trying to rush out, to be honest.
Right.
But what about the like the injections, like
like the anesthesia?
Oh yeah.
And it's putting you sleep anesthesia.
I think if you got the money, bro,
it's expensive.
But I also feel like it's a cheat code. I mean, of course it is
a cheat code. Yeah.
But I feel like tattooing celebrities, right? One thing I've noticed about them is their lack of time.
Yeah,
they don't have time for anything. And then, you know, like for you to have to sit for a few sessions, it's gonna take a good month for you to get your full body.
Yeah.
So they're like, you know what? Fuck it, I'll pay this much.
If you got the money, why not?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel like that's just awkward though. In an operating room, I'd be like,
yeah. I mean, you literally have the person there sleeping, and you know you got to make sure you do your tattoo because they have to wake up in 4 hours, 8 hours.
What do you guys think about the quality of the work that you get on while you're getting put to sleep?
The quality. I feel like.
Because I have my own little.
I feel like if it's like a multiple artists like working on one single tattoo that's covering like a big amount of area, I feel like that quality, even though they're great artists, I feel like it never matches. Like the quality, it's not the same. Everyone has their own style, their own take on how they take on a tattoo. So there's certain, like, you know, areas of the tattoo that could be symmetrical and look completely different. But if it's like I'm getting multiple tattoos by multiple clients, then they have their free range of like whatever they have in front of them. You know, they're not working with rotating artists or anything like that. So it's like, you know, if you're gonna do like a big piece with multiple artists, you're just gonna have to like have to work.
You're just gonna have to be able to accept that it's probably gonna look like you had 8 different artists on your back.
I mean,
literally.
I don't know. I feel like if you're, for example, we know these guys, like we've done research on these guys, and they're, you know, there's other guys that do it. Ganga's the main example of how they do it and how you should do it. But there's other people that, for example, they're charging a lot less. You know, they're getting people in quicker, and they're doing really good on social media, but. You know, if you're gonna be still making $20,000-$30,000 from these sessions, you know, 8-hour sessions of the person being asleep, you gotta make sure that you're bringing out really good artists that can execute the tattoos and not give you stuff that looks like scratcher stuff.
Yeah. And then you know what I think, bro? On top of that, if somebody's asleep on the table where they're not moving,
you have full range.
Yeah. Why is your shit not coming out to the best of your ability at least, right? Or like, 100%. Why are you not preparing where you're like, I'm going to have the best artists on this. We're charging this much. So there's enough money for like everybody to eat.
To go around, yeah.
Like, I feel like the quality needs to be, you know, as best as possible, bro.
I have a, I guess an outlook on that. So for me, like, I don't like a client to bring somebody else because they become a distraction, right? I like to be in my zone. I like to be focused. I like to be me in the tattoo and me be, as cheesy as it sounds, me be one with the piece, you know, that's when you're gonna get my best work. So I never really thought about this until right now that you guys asked that question, right?
I saw you thinking over there.
Yeah.
So I feel like the reason why you couldn't get the best work out of a great artist is because you're not in your zone. You're not in your environment, you know? Like, if you're used to...
And there's so much pressure, too, right?
Yeah. You know,
even the wiping, bro. Just wiping the tat. It's moving somebody else on the other side.
Oh, my God.
But it's just as simple as not being in your zone, you know? Like, people work differently, you know? Like, your shop is really quiet and really, like, chill, you know? Our shop is loud. Like, I'm blasting music.
We can be loud, too. Yeah. Just because we're recording right now, it's quiet.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But, you know, some people, they like their headphones or, you know, whatever. So, if you got a whole bunch of different great artists that work differently at different paces, you know, and need their space or don't like being around people, and now you're
true. You're taking them out of their comfort zone.
Yeah, exactly. So you're gonna feel a certain way, you know, and on top of that, you got the movement of the skin when somebody's wiping. Somebody could like dab, you know, and you're just like really, you know. Yeah, so it throws you off, you know. Yeah. So I feel like if I was put in that situation, if I'm able to go into my zone in my head, I could be okay. But if I can't, then it's not gonna be.
So let's say let's make it a scenario, right? Let's say that you're one of the artists doing the full back. What would you do going into the tattoo? They already called you. You're already one of the artists. You have to do it. Booked,
yeah.
What are you doing that day? What's it gonna look like for you to get in the zone?
Get ready with me.
Well, okay, and this might be separate from that question, but going back to a previous thought that I had was when you guys were saying it would look like different artists did it and stuff like that. I think that'll be true if you're working on a piece, like if you're working on a big skull, you know, a whole like back piece from
a single
a single image, you know, then yes, it might look like it's by different people. But if you're working on a different limb and it's like 5 different people or 4 different people tattooing a different body part,
well, I feel like then at that point it's just like that's a separate piece,
right? Right.
But I'm saying like most of them are getting full backs, full
like
fronts.
Together. Yeah. That's crazy. Like, because I don't think I'd be comfortable, you know, like tattooing somebody else's style if that's not what I do on the regular. That's true. Know, even if you're doing black and gray realism, everybody that does black and gray realism is different. Yeah. You know, you could pick them out, you know, because they're different styles. So to try to get that to mesh and look the same, it's hard. Yeah. Especially if you're not in your zone.
Yeah, I feel like that's you said some really good points there, because it makes sense. Like you're working against the clock. You know, this person is sleeping. You got to make sure that you're being efficient. Yeah. Someone's wiping. Someone's doing lines. Someone is shading. You're over here trying to do scripture. Yeah. And it can mess you up.
Yeah,
it's true, bro.
Yeah, because you got to tell your client like, "Yo, stay still."
Well, I feel like that's why. Sorry, bro, to cut you off, but I feel like that's why going into this project that's gonna bring you back this much money, right? I feel like there should probably be a team meeting. You should probably have the artist already selected to where it's like, we're going to execute this like this, you're going to attack it this way, and we're going to work this way, right? Yeah. Because if not, well, I mean, I don't know if they have a plan or not, but I'm assuming that's how I would do it, right? Yeah. And I feel like going back to getting in your zone, for me, because I feel like I'm also like the type to where I don't like a lot of noise. Yeah. Like for me, I'd rather put my headphones on and listen to my own shit. Yeah. If it's too much going on. Yeah. I feel like that's probably what I would do. Yeah. Throw the headphones on, probably just, I don't know, just like get in my little corner and I'm just like, I'm just gonna,
that's what I was gonna say too, is like, as long as I have my music, you know, or something interesting to listen to, because like sometimes I get tired of like music. I love listening. I listen to all different types. So if I don't watch TV, but I watch a lot of YouTube, like learning videos and stuff like that. Like I like to learn, so I'll be on YouTube. Or slap fights. Yeah, slap fights. Bro, like I'll be out. That shit's crazy.
When once I like start watching it, I just get locked in.
Yes, I don't know how y'all do that.
That's just hilarious.
They get distracted and I get distracted.
Yeah, there's so nobody gets videos. Holes, you know. Yeah.
This podcast is gonna be like 2 weeks late.
Yeah. No, it's not. But then once I really back in, you know, I like listening to and learning, you know, and stuff like that. So if I could learn while I'm tattooing, you know, that's killing 2 birds. You know, so
I have a personal question. What do you guys listen to when you're tattooing? Like, if you throw your headphones on, what are you listening to?
Dude, everything. Like, I listen to classical. If it's like when I was getting tattooed by Nina, I was listening to opera. You know, like opera. Like I had to get in my
in your headphones.
In my headphones, yeah. Like the headphones that I have, they're
noise canceling.
V-Moda, yeah. So they're like, it sounds like a theater in your ears.
Yeah.
You know? So like just listening to like the opera sounds, it was just so relaxing. So relaxing. But if I'm tattooing, I'll listen to country, I'll listen to heavy metal, rap, like everything. They know country songs because of me though.
It's like when you work at a retail store for so long that like it replays the same like 11 songs on the playlist. So I find myself singing to like Yeah Wolf or Jelly Roll, and I've never listened to them ever in my life. And I'm here like, how do I know I don't even know the name of the song, but I know the lyrics.
There you go. But what about you though? What do you like to listen to?
Bad Bunny.
Man,
Only.
Yo, my Bad Bunny era is coming to it's been at an end. I think a lot of different things. I've been listening to Mac Miller a lot, Xavier Wolf, even just like old stuff. Like I've been listening to Kid Cudi a little bit more, just really back to like my old high school days, you know. Wiz Khalifa, bruh, he had some bangers back in the day.
Yeah, he did.
Some old Drake too.
Sometimes throw in Paramore, you know.
Oh yeah, Paramore.
I love my Paramore too.
Yeah, like Linkin Park.
Y'all see Steph Curry up with Paramore?
Yes, he was singing a song with her, right?
Yeah, I was like, damn.
Yeah, he was on stage.
I missed that.
Yeah. I saw it when we were in Miami. He was like all out. Like,
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, a lot of that, and just a lot of like old school reggaeton. That's my go-to be honest. Even at the gym, I've been listening to a lot of like, I don't know what they call it, but it's like a lot of like that drifting techno where it's like, I don't know if you see those like anime car like videos, and they just have like I don't know if it's like dub stuff,
like lo-fi,
not like lo-fi beats. But it's like
play some.
Oh yeah.
Play some.
Put on your phone, yeah.
Because I want to know what drifting techno
I want to.
It's like, I mean,
when I think of techno, I think of the Cali dudes that will be on Instagram and they'll just be like fucking it up.
Yeah, the ones that be like
boots and pants.
It's basically like that. Hold on, let me see if I can find something.
Isn't that like industrial techno?
It's like,
man, there's so different categories.
Yeah, there's so many different categories. Yeah. My bad, bro. What were you saying?
I was saying when I worked at Black Label with Spike, that's when I first listened to lo-fi and all that, and I was like, yo, what is this? Like, this is so chill. You know?
That's the type of stuff I'll put on, bro.
Yeah.
Or when I'm drawing, like when I'm sitting on that wooden table, I'll put lo-fi on.
Yeah,
that's like my relaxed music.
I'll put that or like Beethoven, you know, like something like that.
You gotta listen to jazz. I love
he put
jazz.
me onto jazz,
dude.
So there's where my shop is at. Behind it.
like jazz is crazy.
No, jazz is like,
I love jazz. It's so beautiful.
So there's a bar that plays live jazz every night, and clients have told me about it, but I've never gone. And today when I was leaving work, I saw it there, and I was like, yo, I need to come through. I need to check it out. But supposedly live jazz.
All right, so when we come to visit you guys, after we do that, we'll get dinner, and then we'll go get some jazz. Get some drinks and listen to some jazz.
Yeah, I'm about to get y'all hip to this.
All right, let's do it. What is this called again?
This is like, I don't know what the word for is.
Drifting techno.
Drift
techno. Like if you're gonna go drifting with your friends.
Like car drifting, like Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
That's some like fighting shit. Like
Street Fighter, pick your fighter. That's what it sounds like.
I can see myself on the bench press listening to that.
Yeah, I was about to say, I listen to it a lot when I'm at the gym, bro. That pump be crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you got some bomb headphones or speakers, you know, like music like that.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like, there's some songs who it will just be like people yelling in your ear.
Oh, like, screamo stuff?
Not screamo, but it's just like same beat, stuff like that. But they just be like, you know, like, you're not
give
weak.
us a preview.
Where the tacos at?
Bro.
Where the tacos? My man had an event today, bro.
Oh,
we called him up.
Oh yeah, homeboy.
Well, he has one on Sunday, but today he has like a private event.
Oh shit.
And we called him up when you guys were like, confirmed.
Damn.
He's like, no manches, güey, hoy trabajo. And I was like,
wait,
fuck.
Yeah, bro. It's because we're so last minute sometimes. Like, I want to start planning the podcast episodes like a month out.
Yeah.
Where we can tell.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, because I'm like, man, I'm so like last minute and shit like that.
Because the thing is that we had a vacation. He had a vacation. I had a vacation.
Bro, I've been traveling every week for like almost 2 months now.
Yeah.
Shit is crazy.
So like we were both gone, And then we paused the podcast for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then during that time, we didn't book anything. We forgot about it. So we were like, oh shit, we need to shoot some episodes this week. Because then I leave next week for 2 weeks, and then he's gone for 1.5 week next week.
Yeah.
So we were like, we need to get some episodes out the way.
Like, who can we get fast? Who's desperate?
Yeah.
Now we'll like go through like the people that we actually want to talk to.
Yeah.
And then if we hit them up and they don't give us a date, we're like, all right, on to the next one.
Yeah.
And that's just how we do it.
Yeah.
You guys were like the 10th option.
Yeah. No, because I hit you up a while ago, and you were like, bro, just let me know, but I gotta get a haircut first.
Yeah. He literally got his haircut today. It took him like an hour. I was like, yo, what does...
Were you sitting there waiting?
Yeah, I'm like, why does it take y'all so long?
No, but she was at the shop though. I went to the barbershop.
Yeah, no,
that's nice.
That's weird. But I was like, yo, what do y'all do? Like, what do y'all do where you're sitting there for an hour?
Yeah, you'd be
they
surprised.
Literally cut you for the whole hour.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That fade, that perfect fade he has right now, that shit takes
an hour, literally.
30 minutes aside.
Like you would think they're like chilling, but they're literally in there like the whole time.
I put in work, flicker that wrist,
and then an extra like 15 minutes on the beard.
It
takes time.
It's all skill.
Yeah, it takes time.
For real, bro. Barbers are artists.
They are.
That's our hair and makeup.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Me and Daryl are in need of one, bro.
Yeah, if you guys know any, let us know. Because ours are not fucking... ours are traveling right now.
Nah, you know what the problem is? We're so last minute to that too, bro.
Yeah.
We hit them up the day before, like, yo, can you get us in tomorrow?
Yeah, we do it a lot.
They're like, bro, I'm in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, my barber's gone for the next week, and then I'm traveling, so I need to get a haircut this next couple of days.
Yeah.
These braiders be crazy too on Instagram, like the girls that be braiding.
Yeah.
Or even the guys, like the way they be braiding hair, I'm like, yo, how? Like how?
You
I would
guys
just
seen that
rip
guy
that
that's
shit
like, hit that follow button, let's go, and he'll like show somebody with like crazy braids, but their hair is like as short as mine.
Oh shit, for real?
And they braided to that.
Yeah, he braids like everybody.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, some
it's
crazy
talent.
finger strength.
Yeah,
imagine getting pinched.
That's like really good right there.
Imagine them pinching you.
Is that how it is? You've gotten braids?
No, I'm just saying, like, you ever got pinched by a little kid? Oh yeah, I have.
He's saying like the guy that does the braids has like strong grip.
So they pinch.
No,
they like have to like.
Well, yeah, they have to be like.
No, he's saying like he must have a crazy pinch because
that's what I'm saying. But like, is that how they braid you? Like they have to be pinching right over your skull, right?
Basically, like
for your hair to be short like that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's crazy.
Were you a pincher when you grew up? When you were a baby?
No, but I remember I had a little cousin in Guatemala that she like pinched the back of my arm, and I was like, bro, like, what are you doing?
I don't know why kids love doing that.
And I remember my cousin when he would get in trouble, he would always get pinched by his mom. And it was just so funny.
Oh man, I used to get my ears
pinched.
Yeah, my mom would be like,
yeah,
or she would pinch me too, bro. My mom like that was like her little way of just like when you're sitting next to her, just like.
Mine was definitely like the ear pull, like the ear pull. Fuck that.
I had wooden spoons broken.
Nice.
Yo, have y'all ever had a kneel on like frijoles or arroz?
Are you like Salvadorian or
what?
Yeah,
it's a Salvadorian thing.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
my dad made us do that.
My
girl Salvadorian.
On frijoles?
Yeah, on dry frijoles, like dry frijoles.
Izzy was saying that her mom, her dad used to make them kneel on rice.
On rice, yeah.
My dad used to make us kneel and like hold the chair up. That was our punishment.
Us would be like standing with our hands up facing the wall, or like kneeling on rice or beans, like just
shit hurts.
Yeah, that's the equivalent to like walking on Legos. No, walking on Legos.
Yeah.
Wow.
They made you walk on Legos?
No, but one time I did step on one and hurt me, bitch.
Yeah.
But
I remember the pain.
Yeah. Dude, I didn't know that was some sort of punishment.
Bro, it's a Salvadorian thing, bro. I'm trying to tell you. I've heard everybody that says it is Salvadorian or Guatemalan or something.
So wait, so how does this happen? Like you get in trouble, right? So how does it get to that point?
Let's be real. Like, for our parents, I think they were a little bit more tougher on us than than we are like with ours.
Yeah.
Now, but for me, I was a crybaby. So anything is, if I was annoying, bro, get your ass to the wall, literally, just like that. But it would be more because I grew up with an older sister. Mm-hmm. We were like 2 years apart, but it was just a lot of bickering, just sister things. But like it was their way of trying to get us to get get
closure.
us to, not closure, but just to like have us like stop arguing. Because it's like, if y'all want to argue, this is what you're gonna get. So either get along or get to the wall.
Or go kneel together.
Bro, we would it's so bad, bro. It was just so bad. I don't even want to say.
That's crazy. Imagine imagine being Child Protective Services, walk into a house and then you see the kids kneeling on beams.
Yeah, that was punishment back in the day.
But it's so crazy because like I don't know if you just said what I'm about to say, but it's crazy because like I was the oldest, right? So I remember getting my ass beat. Mm-hmm. But my youngest sister, she don't know what that is.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, I feel like the younger ones
they
have
experimented with the older one.
Yeah.
You know? And then after that, it's like, yeah, you get a pass.
Yeah, no, you know what's so crazy, bro? I'd be like, if my daughter's acting up, I'd be telling her no, and her being the sensitive kid she is, she cries. And my parents and my siblings, look at me like, man, like don't be yelling at her, just let her, And I'm like, yo, the worst I could be doing is making her like kneel on some beans, bro. What you mean? Don't yell at her. Like what?
It's different parenting, bro, for sure.
There is.
Yeah, but
my mom was super, super strict, super mean.
You know how crazy it is that our generation, I'm sure that if you grabbed a belt, took it off, and folded it, and went like that, you knew what was coming.
Mm-hmm.
You do that to a kid now, they're like,
what are you doing?
What's going on?
they're like, cool sound.
I dare you, or be like, I dare you. Yeah. That's crazy.
We're softer now, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like we've become softer too. At least, I mean, I don't have a kid yet, but I feel like I will be, to them. But my mom,
your iPad.
Yeah, I'm taking literally, yeah. But my mom was like, I love my mom, and like, it's too late for her to get in trouble now. But
wait till
like in Bolivia, there's these whips that are made of leather.
Oh shit.
So they're like braided, right? And then they have like it's 3 braids of leather turned to one
big
handle, and then it has like 3 that come out.
Shit.
So that's how they use that for animals.
Yeah.
Right.
So she brought it from Bolivia.
Oh no, your mom was playing.
Yeah, and like she was like she called it Pedro Moreno, saca lo malo y por lo bueno. So like that was her way of scaring us,
Yeah.
And then one day my brother and I were just arguing about some dumb stuff, and then she's like, "Yeah, paren, like pelean de todo, like." And he's like, and she was like, I call your dad doesn't do anything, so I'm tired of this. So she walked away, and then we were like, what the fuck is she gonna do, right? And then she comes into the room and she's like, "Ya, a dormir," and she fucking hits us once, dude. And I felt that, and oh my god, that was the first and last time she ever tried it on me, bro. That thing literally stung like it was like fire running through my legs.
Was your dad the one that usually disciplined you?
No, my mom.
Oh, that's crazy.
Okay.
My mom was the one that always made us like,
Bro, I'm
who
scared
we
of
are.
my mom.
I was scared of my dad.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
My dad only disciplined me one time,
and that was it.
and he told he up until a couple years ago, he told me, he was like, that's the one thing that I regret the most, was like hitting you guys that day.
Bro.
We were fighting, my mom wasn't home, and he was pissed off, and he came and kicked us in the ass with his steel toes.
Oh shit.
And that shit hurt.
Yeah.
And he was like, I felt like a fucking piece of shit from there on. I felt so bad, and I was like, it's fine, Dad, we learned.
My ass is still here.
My ass is flat.
You took my ass away. Nah, I was definitely more afraid of my dad. Not like afraid, but
You got something to say, look?
he said you got a long bag.
Where does it end?
You got a long bag.
Where does it back in? Where's the start?
But she was like,
She said I got a long back.
Yo, she's quick with it.
No, she is. You're funny as shit, crybaby.
She got training. She's
you
used to
can tell
getting
she
picked
grew
on.
up. She grew up getting bullied, bro.
She gets bullied at work.
Oh my god, that's
I get
funny.
bullied, nah, bro. Yeah, he be bullying me, but you know what? I'm quick with it.
Yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
It's training.
Yeah, you gotta be quick with it,
bro.
man.
Yeah. Nah,
You
but
gotta
like
have that
with
tough
him,
skin.
it's like a dad and a brother in one. It's fucking crazy. Because even like the other apprentices would be like, yeah, you could tell y'all have been going back and forth at it for a few years.
And it's funny because it starts rubbing off on them too.
Yeah.
So when I hear them talk like that, like our other apprentice Clarissa, like I will say something. It's like, you're a shoe or something like that, just something stupid, right? She'll start, speaking like that, and it's like, what did you say? And then we got Matt too, so it's funny hearing them say like how we
Interact.
speak,
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
That's
how
funny.
it rubs off on them.
It does. I feel like a lot of what he says I've picked up, and I bring it back
that's
home.
true.
Yeah.
And my girl's like, "What you say?"
Yeah.
She's like, "You sound like Edwin," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry, baby. Like, I'm just hanging out with this dude every day." So like, his language and his verbiage comes,
Yeah.
and I also pick it up too. So
And it's so crazy because like you just said things that he says, right?
Excuse me.
But where did that come from? Like, is it something
Yeah.
that you came up on your own, or
Nah,
did you hear?
I'm sure that it's always something that you hear somewhere else,
Right.
and you just
Pick up
without noticing, you start using it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, like the word bro. Like,
Yeah.
do you remember when you started using that?
Yeah,
I think
I kind of remember it.
maybe like middle school.
So I remember hearing it, and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna say bro one day. As dumb as that sounds, and then I started using it, and now I feel like I say it all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. I don't even notice
Like,
it.
yeah, bro.
bro, what's up, bro?
You're right, bro.
Yeah.
You be calling your girl,
Yeah.
bro? Y'all be calling your girl, bro?
Accidentally,
Yeah.
he did it today.
You'll be like, hey, yo, bro. Yeah. I think, yeah.
She'd be like, I'm not your bro.
I'm not your bro. I'm
Yeah.
your fiance.
Nah, that's bestie right there.
Yeah.
I feel like if you call your girl bro, that's bestie.
I mean, yeah, I feel like my fiance, my ex girlfriend, but now because maybe she's my fiance, she's become my best friend.
Yeah.
You know, like I can literally tell her and talk to her about anything.
Yeah, facts.
So that's like a beautiful thing that I always
That's how it has to be,
appreciate.
though.
Yeah.
You gotta have that friend at home.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
like the person that makes you feel comfortable being you.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
I miss her. I haven't seen her in 3 days.
Aww.
I saw her for like an hour today.
Aw.
Not even.
Nah, it gets like that though.
I miss her, bro. I know you miss your girl in Nova.
I haven't seen
Y'all be
him for
missing.
like
Y'all be
3-4
missing each other.
days.
Yeah, I miss him
When
sometimes.
you're
Yeah.
like me
Hey,
personally,
don't ignore that question.
she said y'all be missing each other.
It's
You
like, yeah, y'all be
Oh, me and
missing.
Daryl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you be like.
He's gonna miss me
okay.
for the next 2
His
weeks.
energy, like, it's funny because it'll be quiet like this most of the time, bro. And as soon as this man walks in, the vibe changes completely.
Yeah.
He starts talking shit to, like, bro, anybody, my apprentice Damaris out there,
Yeah.
she gets it the worst sometimes.
Yeah.
And she'll just be sitting there. She's like the nicest person in the
Yeah.
room, and she'll
Yeah.
get joned on. Like, it's
Yeah.
hilarious.
But it's just
bro.
joking, you know.
Joan, that's so
Yeah.
funny.
I think it's like if I'm joking with you, it's because you know I feel comfortable with
Right,
you. You
right,
know.
yeah.
But sometimes I step over my
Yo,
line.
I talk
it's
shit
like-
to all my clients.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
my clients, this is who you this is
Who
who
you
you book
get,
with.
yeah.
Yeah,
This is what
yeah.
you're gonna get.
and you gotta
But-
break the ice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
and-
it is. Breaking ice.
Yeah, and they fucking love it. You know?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
But now we got Johnny Scribbles, so he's gonna get it now.
Yeah,
Dang, that's pretty
that's how it is with Matt. It's like, bro, you're gonna learn.
Yeah.
Nah, they become a different person, bro, over the years.
Yeah.
And I feel like it also helps you becoming more social.
Yeah, I was
Because-
just about to say that's something I struggle with a lot. Is
Being
just trying
social?
to,
Yeah.
just trying to put myself out there. That's something.
It's hard. It's difficult.
Yeah, it's very,
a lot of
like-
artists are introverts. You know.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm hella shy.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
No, dead ass. Yeah,
He's
yeah.
not. He's not shy.
You're very social. You're very approachable. I remember when I met you 2 years ago. We came up to you and we talked, and you were pretty cool.
I think you were more shy at that point.
For real?
Yeah.
So I think I'm shy when I don't know somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like when I know we're talking about tattoos, yeah, we could have a conversation.
Makes sense.
You know?
Okay.
But if it's somebody off the street, I can't go
That's
up
a
there.
lie.
And, you know?
I feel like that's a lie because he be telling me like, no, go like.
Yo, but that's different. It's
Yeah,
easier.
yeah.
It's easier to tell you.
Yeah.
But for me, it's
Yeah.
like, yo. But it's something I got to work on.
That's true. I mean, that's probably how you feel in your head. You know, but
I
what
feel
you
like
project
that
is
too.
different. What you see.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
No, but it's the same thing because I remember like the other apprentice, she was like, I don't want to talk to anyone. I'm like, nah, bro, you got to get over that.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait.
You're like, did I just pull attention?
Yeah, I know, right?
And then I
That's
look at
funny.
him and he's like, yeah. And I'm like, man, shut your
Oh man, it's speaking about all this stuff, learning and apprenticeships and stuff. I have something that I want to hear what you guys think
Get
about.
it off your chest, bro.
Yeah,
Get it
it's just
off.
something that's been kind of sitting in my chest for a couple of weeks because we ran into this situation where we figured out that there's this other shop. We're not gonna say who it is, of course. That is gatekeeping their artists. So we were doing some research because one of their employees approached us asking for work, and we looked up who he was, couldn't find him anywhere.
That's crazy.
So then I was like, oh, he did mention that he worked at this other place. So then we Googled it, and we found out the place, and we found out their Instagram and the socials. And then we saw that his work was there, but there was no mention of him, nor his Instagram.
Yeah.
So it seems, and we confirmed it because we called, right? It seems like they're not letting their artists create any sort of personal portfolios, any sort of tagging. These artists are not able to obtain a following, which is huge for us,
Yeah.
outside of the
Yeah.
shop's Instagram account.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
So we ran into this and we were like, whoa, these artists are not growing outside of the shop.
Yeah.
If you want to leave to another shop,
No, that's fucked up.
you have 0 followers.
You have no
Yeah.
portfolio.
You have no portfolio
Yeah.
technically.
Hell no.
That's like nothing.
Yeah.
Like, literally. You
So-
gotta start from scratch. once you
Exactly.
leave.
Yeah. So we saw that. We were like, whoa, like, can you believe this is happening? And we were like, wow, like, no way. And everyone was like kind of shocked that,
Yeah.
it's it's being done, and I wanted to hear what other people thought. So
that's crazy.
What do you guys think? From an apprentice perspective, and you from a shop owner, what do you guys think?
So for me, I have a link tree. I have a link tree set up, and I have my apprentices on there. I think it's important, like I said, to facilitate their growth. Like if I could help them out to get to where I'm at, I'm all for that. They trust enough in me. They're there every day to put in that work to take care of like my shop and stuff like that. So I want them to grow. I want them to grow. At the end of the day, like wherever they go, I help them. I was part of their journey. They're gonna be better than me, I hope. But I know that I had an influence in that. So Crybaby Tattoos, Matt Burke, Ink Up logos, like all that. I want them to grow. I want them to have that following, and watch them grow. Watch them eventually, open up their own shops and stuff like that, because that's what I wanted for myself. That's what I want for them. So I think building a portfolio is important. You want the best for your artist. Yeah. Just like you'd want the best for your kids. They're like your kids. As a shop owner, everybody that's under your roof is somebody you're responsible for in a way.
That's true. Yeah.
So you got to look out for them. So I think it's important. I think it's messed up that you don't want to do that. Yeah. You don't want your artist to have the name and stuff like that. Like it's silly.
It is. It's very
it's heartbreaking.
It's heartbreaking because I feel like you guys as tattoo artists, because I'm not a tattoo artist obviously, but you guys put in so much work, so many years, so many ups and downs for you to build this work for under this shop, and then when you leave, there's nothing to show apart from their websites and their social medias, but you don't have nothing to take home.
Yeah, no, it's very heartbreaking because, like I said, even now, just putting yourself out there, like, it's just hard. It's hard to, like, be yourself when, like, in front of, like, all these, like, hundreds of people. Like, for you, it's probably even thousands. For me, it's, like, hundreds. So it's, like, it's very nerve-wracking, So to kind of, like, not only that, but I think, all of us as people, we have different personas. You as Caked Up Logue versus you as Edwin, and me as, Alex versus Crybaby, Francisco, Tanchez, all that,
Yeah. No, that's very
and
true.
it's just like you as an artist, like some people are more open and like true to themselves than they are, outside of that. Yeah. And for you, I feel like a part of you just gets taken away, especially when you like leave a shop and you're like, damn,
you don't have an identity.
Yeah,
I mean that's kind of how it feels like and it looks like.
I feel like you guys made it sound deeper than what I had just thought, because now that you're saying that, it's like that's really fucked up.
It is, bro. Like, it is. Imagine going to work and you're putting all those hours, 4 to 6 to 8 hours into a tattoo that like you have been like because being an artist is hard enough already. You have to put 100%, 110, 120% into your work, into yourself. And it's a lot of confidence you have to have in yourself. And for you to like do that and, be like, I'm a good artist, and tell yourself I'm a good artist, where I'm capable of making this money, to like having that all like kind of overlooked. Like it's just, it like he says, it takes your identity away as like someone who's like a creative person who wants to do this for like probably even just like the joy of it versus the money,
for the love of it.
And it's just like it turns something that can be so beautiful, like a career, a dream job, into like a horrible, miserable like corporate job, where like you're working under someone who doesn't value you as a person. So it's just very heartbreaking to me, at least, because it's like, bro, if you really like want to eat as a shop owner, you're gonna like he says, you're gonna let your
there's enough for
artists
everybody.
eat. You're gonna let your artists eat. You're gonna put them out there, because having like, for example, you say like, this is a shop and there's no accredited work, then it's just kind of like, it's all just for you and for your name, not for anybody else.
It's a selfish situation,
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And like, not only that, but like, bro, like there's so much, like you can't tattoo everybody. Like you can't tattoo everybody as much as people love your work. It's you're a very limited person, Same with like Tanchez and all these other artists in the DMV. They're very limited, even though they're very great artists. So there's always room for more. Like, and I feel like as, you know, senior artists, I want to call you, like, and us freshmen, you know that you're not going to tattoo everybody in the world. And I say it like that because, you know, I always tell them, I'm like, yo, when we go to events and you're talking to all these artists, y'all are like seniors, and I'm like a little freshman in the corner.
That's a good way to put it, though.
Like that.
I mean, yeah. I feel like you're about to begin. You're about to finish your middle school years.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're about to be, a high schooler.
And it's cool seeing like the next class come up, you know, because like we know each other. We're like older heads, you know, like in the DMV area for sure. Though, you know, like there's a circle. People know each other.
Yeah.
And then, you know, like the next generation class coming up.
And what's crazy is all of these old heads are looking at everybody's apprentice.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I follow everydy's apprentice, bro. I'm like, I want to see how good they're going to get.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talent in DMV.
I remember being like middle schooler, like my freshman year of high school. And like even just hearing like Lucio's name, like I was just like, yo, like I know he's a tattoo artist, whatever. And then like to see him how he is now, like after years, I'm like, yo, this dude got big. Like, what the heck? It's like not big, but like, yeah, like he, like, bro, he's a good artist.
Yeah, of course. This is one of the best we have in the DMV.
Yeah, and like even I remember going to like, I think it was like my first like tattoo convention. I think I saw one of Spike's like original, like obviously it was original, but like one of his like his first stickers that he came out with. And like I remember when I had like saw his work and I grabbed one of his stickers, and this was like way back. And seeing him now, I'm like, damn.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, I'm not next to y'all. I'm at the kids' table still, but I'm just like, damn, bro. Like, and there's like a lot of new artists that like have been tattooing for like 2 to 4 years. Like Diva, bro. Like
Diva Tattoos. Yes, that kid is talented. I think we're gonna have him soon. I want to reach out to him because he's following us now. Yeah.
Even George too. Like. He's a really good artist.
La Zorra.
La Zorra, yeah.
La Zorra, yeah. Yes, that guy too. Yeah, they have their own shop right now, I think so.
Yeah, bro.
We definitely want to have those guys.
And like a private studio, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's how you start.
I think it's. I think they have like a bigger spot, you know, but it's just. I haven't been there yet, but it's a nice little area from like what I've seen on.
Yeah.
Well, whenever I see their Instagram, it always looks like. The reason I said private studio is because I had one of those before I got the last shop I was at.
Yeah.
And it was like a room probably like this big.
Oh, yeah.
Where me and my boy shared it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like by appointment only. It's not like you're taking like flash or anything like that. So yeah, private studio.
It's like beginning steps, I want to call it.
Yeah, definitely.
You stack it up there and then move on to something bigger. Or get in the shop, stay there, learn, and then get your own shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, but whoever these artists are, man, I hope they get out of there and definitely like build their name because, bro, there's a lot of potential and there's a lot of room.
Or
for
I hope
growth.
they just get out of that mindset, right, and start really trying to tag their artists, promote them, because I feel like me, I was looking at it like business owner perspective, bro, and it makes a lot of sense for the business owner, right, because everybody's going through you. You're assigning it to whoever you think is best fit. Everything
there's
like
a quality control in a way.
Yeah, it's like a what would you call it? Like a system that they have, right? So I see it that way, and I'm like, okay, it makes a lot of sense. Like it's clean, and they're making sure that all the money that's coming into the shop stays in the shop, and they're making sure that everything is accounted for, right? But I feel like that one step, just tagging your artist, like I feel like at that point why gatekeeping? Because you're also not trying to let your artist leave. You're trying to keep them there as long as you can. But I feel like, if anything, that's almost more of a reason for somebody to leave because you want exposure. You want to get known. So it's like, am I only caked up bloke when I work for heavy hitters? You know, like I want to be caked up bloke at your shop too. You know, like for example, you bro, you ventured out to different shops. So it's like, everybody knows Tanchez, right? But now they know you for your shop, right? Yeah. But before that, they knew you regardless of whatever shop you were in.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's where I'm like, I don't really like it.
I think it's really important. Like I don't like that because time is one thing you'll never get back, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So you put in years under this shop and you haven't made a name for yourself. Because once you start, who are you? Nobody knows you. Yeah. There's no experience. Like I haven't deleted a post from my Instagram, so you could go all the way back and you'll see my boy's tattoo that I did on his chest. You know,
same here.
And I like that because I see my growth. I see all my logos that I did when I first learned how to create logos, and I see the evolution. You know, but it's also like the evolution in my name. you know, I see like the different followers and stuff like that, how much I've grown and stuff like that, how many different people I've like touched, you know, and reached and stuff like that. You know,
sorry.
You know, so
it's a reflex. I'm so sorry. It's a reflex.
So it's like one of those things, right? But if you're creating a portfolio anonymously, what are you doing?
That's literally what it is. You're an anonymous portfolio.
Yeah. You know, it's cool if you are like that type of like shy person and you don't want to be known. That's a shot for you, you know.
Yeah.
But if you do want to grow as an individual and as an artist and your name, like that's defeating your growth.
That's
you know,
true.
like
it is very true.
And like I said before, like I want my artists to grow, you know, because I influenced a part. I was a big influence in their journey in the beginning.
Of course, bro.
The growth, like I had something to do with that, you know, just like people had something to do with my journey.
Yeah.
And where I started and where I'm going, you know. So it's just a collection of experience, you know. So I want them to grow. I want them to go out there, you know. Just like I said, like your kids, you know, you want the best for your kids. You want the best for your artists, you know.
It's well said, man. Yeah, I feel like it's a very unfortunate situation.
Yeah.
And I hope the shop realizes this and fixes it.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only one thing I would if they listen to this and they know who they are.
Yeah.
Take that from us, you know.
But even from a shop perspective, right? You know, from a shop owner, I feel like as a shop owner, you got to plan for that. For the revolving door. Yeah. Your artists aren't your kids. No. You know, so they have the freedom to go and stuff like that, you know? So I feel like once somebody's ready to go do their own thing, like you took care of them, they took care of you. It was like that relationship and stuff like that. Like, thank you, good luck on your next, you know, on your journey and stuff. But that opens the door for the next person that you could coach and teach, you know, and stuff like that. True. But it's all a matter of how you look at it. You could look at it as a negative or a positive, you know, like this person is already going on to their next, you know, thing, but you got somebody new that you could coach and teach, you know, somebody younger too, you know, somebody that might be more, moldable, somebody that's more fresh hungry, eyes, you know, and stuff like that. So it's opportunity, man.
Wow.
Be that gateway.
Bars.
That gatekeeper.
Don't be a gatekeeper, be a gateway.
Gateway, not
That's
a gatekeeper.
True. That's true.
I want to end it on that note because
that was good. I was happy. I'm happy you guys figured that out and like understood what I was trying to go for, and that's exactly what you guys gave me. Yeah. It's very concerning because I
start bringing this up on every podcast. But you said you had a few questions. What did you want to ask?
So my biggest question is, you know, just mainly like, how do you go about running your social media? Like, is that all you, or I know you do a lot of his, like, you know, videoing and stuff like that. Like, do you edit for him, or like, I just like is curious, is it like just all from you? Or?
So I do everything as far as the editing and all that.
He's like,
I'm just here fucking I'm
you're a model.
Like,
I wish.
Honestly, I feel like for the most part Daryl does everything. If it's me, it's literally me just recording the tattoo with my phone, like when it's done, and that's probably because he's not here or something. But like all the fancy reels, YouTube, in podcasts, like all that stuff is him. Yeah. So like I don't really focus on any of that. Thank God, because I have somebody like Daryl. Yeah. And then he also helps with like the website. He's very good at like just all that techie stuff is what I call it. Yeah. That really like anything that's that sometimes is like beyond me, I'll just go to him and ask him like, what do you think about this? Like just a second pair of eyes, like just give me a, you know, a okay or no. Even like the stuff that I post that I record, he's like, post it, put this, do that.
100%. So how do you like determine what's good for like today's culture and stuff like that?
Give her some game, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like at first it started with just me, you know, we in my industry we hate to say cinematic, but the first time I met him, I wanted to give him like a cinematic video of him, you know, tattooing. So a lot of slow motion and all that stuff. So I kind of started with that blindly. Like I wasn't aware of the tattooing industry, what were the trends and what people were doing. So that took off for like a year or two. And then, you know, we kind of parted ways because I was busy with school and work and all that stuff. And he was also, you know, working for the other shop. And then I started following more tattoo artists. So I started to see what were the trends, what people liked, what people didn't like. So then when we came back together for before this shop started.
Like 2020 or something.
Yeah, 2020. And that's when like the ideas were just flowing like crazy. So it was.
And it was a lot of like he would drop something, we'd see how it do, and then if it didn't work, we'd do something new the next time. And it was a lot of like, I like this. Can you make something similar?
Yeah.
So he was always like.
So I'm guessing it was just like trial and error. Basically.
Trial and error, just trying to see what works, trying to see what the algorithm takes. Yeah, that's honestly like the biggest gamble, because like the algorithm I can go and work on a video for 4 or 5 hours plus whatever 8 hours he was tattooing. Took me like a full day to do that video, and then I can upload it. And we can get 300 likes and 300 views. Yeah, you know. So
and it took him like all day to do it.
Yeah.
But then I'll post. Sorry, I was gonna say I'll post like a shitty video, like a 7-minute clip, and that joint will get like 2,000 likes.
Yeah.
But what do you think that is though? Like why?
That's good.
why do you think that is though? Is it the time that you posted? The hashtags, the title?
Bro, they give them like what you think. What's your opinion on the algorithm of what works and what doesn't?
I feel like there's a lot of variables when it comes to social media and posting and creating content. The timing is huge. You know, when you upload, what time you upload. If your audience is up at that time, you know, if for example his audience might be people that are in a demographic of 20 to 25, so those people are usually up and watching content 11, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, in the morning. And like in reverse to like a corporate client where they're going to be watching videos 8, 9, 10 a.m. noon, maybe in the afternoon, lunch break. So there's all those variables that we take into account, plus the length of the content. If there's any sort of trends going on, as in music or transitions, and seeing if you want to do something where it's quick, we just want to show, or you just want to show the final product. So there's all these variables that kind of come into play. And when we came here, I was doing a lot of the content for the whole shop. So I noticed that the bigger trends were where you were doing something that was under 10 to like 15 seconds, because the attention span nowadays is ridiculous.
Yo, ADHD is popular. ADHD is trending.
It's literally trending.
It's just worse than the virus, bro. I got that shit.
Bro, everybody has that. If you're an artist, you got it.
So unfortunately we live in a 5-second generation now, where you're flipping through content quicker than you can process it. So I feel like nowadays it's all about efficiency. How quickly can I get a reel out? I can go shoot 1 clip, excuse me, I think I just burped. You can go shoot 2 or 3 clips, make it into a reel.
Go ahead, bro, you're going in right now.
Make it into a reel, and then upload it and get a couple 100,000 views.
So are you like posting multiple times? Like honestly, like more than like how many times a day are you posting?
Let me jump in on this one. If there's one thing that we've learned, like Daryl just pushes a lot, like just being so consistent on your story, just posting like anything you do, and making sure you're posting like every day at least once. Sometimes like me on the weekends I'll kind of F up because I'll try to like not be on my phone, but just trying to post when you're in here, even if it means like you just drawing anything you're doing, just try to post that.
Because I feel like I spend so much time kind of, I think like you had mentioned earlier, like just kind of looking through Instagram or whatever, just trying to see like what else can my head just see and pop up with, like kind of generate on its own. So I'll be like scrolling on.
I think it's a little bit of everything.
I personally feel like you got to find someone that you like. For example, follow like a West Coast artist, and they might be also doing apprenticeship content, and just copy them. But just give it your taste. 100%. And just use them as a template, and then you'll see how quickly you'll boom. For example, these past couple of weeks, we've been posting pictures of everyone working, and then those like the heavy hitters Instagram was getting. Usually when we post like once or like let's say 3-4 times a week, just some stories, we get like 500-600 people looking at them. We posted like 5 pictures a day, 5 to 10 pictures a day for 3 weeks. We were hitting like almost 2,500, 3,000, 4,000 looks and watches and likes and hearts on those stories, which the algorithm is going to push you forward to more people. I tried it this week with his account, and he was reaching like 10,000-15,000 people just on stories. So I feel like stories is very important.
Up to the point until like the automated text bots start liking your stories, and you're like, damn, bro.
Well, Instagram is very good at it.
It'll be like their username would be like view my story.
I'm like,
But you know what's crazy though? Like if you see like the younger generation, they don't even post anymore. They might have like 3 or 4 posts. Everything is stories and highlights.
Yes.
You know,
everything
because
is
they
stories and
want
highlights.
like current. You know, they don't want something that's stagnant. That's just gonna stay there. They want something that's
you want to go
daily,
see what they're up to now.
new,
You know,
yeah.
So I feel like Instagram, you should use it like this. You should create your portfolio as your main post.
Yeah.
Have your work there, and then put your best tattoos. For example, you did 5 tattoos in 1 week and you like 2. Post them. The other ones, post them in your story and create highlights, you know, but always be feeding that story.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's how you keep people interested in you, and that's how you pop up first.
Yeah.
If you notice, if you guys look in your Instagrams right now, those people that pop up at first, those are the people that you usually see in the most.
Yeah.
It's because they're constantly feeding that algorithm.
Yeah.
So as a tattoo artist, I would approach it that way.
Yeah.
Create your Instagram as a portfolio. And then post your best pieces, and then use your highlights to show everything you do.
Yeah.
Maybe like a process of tattooing, and then your story is just the daily reminder that, hey, I'm here, open for business. Come on.
So it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Using everything. Stories, reels, posts.
Yeah.
Like everything has to be touched at least once a week.
Yeah. So do you think your biggest platform has to be Instagram then?
Of course.
For now,
it's
it
free
is.
marketing.
Yeah.
It's free marketing 100%.
We've used TikTok, but TikTok is a little bit of a wild horse.
Yeah.
Because his account, we had it at like 2,000, like 2 years ago. And then we did a live, and he gained a shit ton. I think like
Bro,
10.
Yeah.
No, it went to like 38,000.
38,000. Just in
one
like one
bro.
day. Yeah.
From TikTok Live.
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
And then
that's
from there I've never started posting
It's
again.
hard, yeah. It's hard to advertise on a especially for a tattoo artist. It's hard to advertise on like your work, like portfolio work on TikTok, because it's a video platform.
Yeah.
You know,
You have
yes,
to
you
be
can
very
have.
like in the video, like you have to be like kind of explaining or
Yeah.
like have your face somehow or like showing a process of some
Basically
sort.
put more time into it,
Yeah,
which is
for
kind
sure.
of hard as an artist. You know, you're so limited on your time.
Exactly. But I would say still prioritize TikTok.
Yeah.
You know, because it's huge.
Especially for an apprentice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you can show your whole process and people love seeing that.
Yeah, I got all the time.
Educational content.
I feel
Yeah.
like when you follow a TikTok account that shows a face, it's more prone to getting somebody to follow you versus a faceless account, because you don't know who that is.
Yeah,
that's
it's just work. But you see somebody that you like their personality, you like them as a person, and you're like, yo, I'm gonna follow this person, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Be yourself.
I'm gonna start putting my face.
I feel like
Yeah.
with no face, 1, no case, and 2, it keeps the mystery. Like it's like
No face, no case.
but yeah, I feel like there's a lot of people I follow, I think, like on TikTok or even Instagram, where like they don't show their face, and I'm just like, yo, I wonder what this person looks like, and it keeps me intrigued.
Same here.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just like, yo.
I mean, if that's your mantra, you know, go for it, you know. But I feel like as tattoo artists, you kind of want to see who you're going to work with.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to be like, oh, who am I booking an appointment with? I've only seen their hands. I've only seen their fake skins. I've only seen their tattoos.
Yeah, and you'd be surprised. Sometimes just for you being a girl, they're going to be like, I want to get to know her just because she's a girl.
Yeah.
And it's less girls than men in the tattoo world, so.
That's true.
It's also crazy too, because like you see somebody with a whole bunch of tattoos and you're like, you know.
Yeah.
But I had a client recently tell me that she was like, yo, I feel so comfortable with you because I've seen your videos that you post of yourself, and I kind of got a feel for your personality and stuff, you know. And when she came in, I tattooed her. It was like we had already been friends, you know, because she had watched my videos and see like how I am and stuff like that.
And that gave him the idea, especially if it's like a first time client.
Yeah,
You know, you're terrified. You're walking into a tattoo shop where everyone is rough and tough. You know, everyone's gangsters.
Break that stereotype.
And then you meet her in person. They're like, this man is cool as hell. You know, he has a family. He has kids. You know, he has problems like everyone does, and that's really who these people are. You know.
Which coming to like talk about tattoo like artist stereotypes, I feel like you have no, like you only have, I see the tattoo of
My daughter's name.
Yeah, but other than
Got
that,
this one.
nothing.
My mom's name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I don't really have any.
Why not? Is that
So
just like,
when I first started, me and my mom made like a little pact. She said that if she bought me the kit, I had to promise her not to get any.
Yeah.
So that was like the promise, right?
Yeah.
And then
I respect that though.
because I
That's
tattooed, I think, in the house for so long.
Yeah.
I had to keep the promise for so damn long. And then not even that, but really growing up in the house where like you're charging like 80, you know, I think at the most I was charging like 120 for like something this big.
Yeah.
But I just remember in the house just thinking like, damn, I don't want to get no work that's gonna be like fucked up.
Yeah.
Because I even used to think of myself like my work is not what I would put on myself.
Yeah.
You know, like I would look at like the
Interesting.
Ink Slingers or Eric Marzinizen and be like, that's the
Yeah.
shit that I want. But then you hear their prices and you're like, I can't even afford it.
You said, I'm not gonna put a bumper sticker on no Bentley.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think over the years I used to always tell myself like, when I get older, when I get the money, I'm gonna get tatted. And then over time, I think I just waited for so long that I was just like not pressed to get nothing. And then I think even now, like, to be honest, I want to get stuff, but I don't even know what.
Yeah.
And like I do have ideas for like a leg sleeve, but I think it's just me committing to it and saying like I'm getting tatted this year.
It's time to put him to sleep. Get the heavy hitters to hit him.
Nah, for real.
Trust me,
Like
we're thinking about it.
Yeah.
I think it's
knock
just
him out with, what is it, chloroform?
No, we'll knock him out.
we
with
just
this.
figured out how to do chloroform yesterday.
Chill,
for real?
bro.
You gotta
Yeah,
get
he
those
put me to
little...
sleep in the
Real
hotel
quick,
room.
if you want to learn how to make chloroform, apparently it's bleach and rubbing alcohol. That's all you
I was
need.
just gonna say you just use bleach.
Bleach and rubbing alcohol and it makes chloroform.
He was like,
Yeah.
hold on, let me try something. He was-
Yeah, he was like, bro, come here real quick.
Try it on
Hey,
each other
I wake up
at the
this
same
morning.
time.
At the same time.
It's like, hey, bro, twinsies.
Yo, that's so funny.
Please do not try this at home.
Don't.
Let's see who passes out first.
Right,
I
let's
was
see
gonna
who
say
can-
the bleach and rubbing alcohol.
Yeah.
Sales go up.
Yeah. These fucking kids will take that and make it into a trend.
Yo, don't eat,
Yeah.
don't drink bleach,
Nah,
guys. Don't
don't
eat
try
Tide
this,
Pods.
guys.
Oh my
I remember
god.
when eating Tide Pods was like
Oh, yeah.
a thing. Like that's crazy.
Yo, y'all remember bath salts?
Oh yeah.
I never.
Like, what that guy that ate that girl's face off?
Oh
zombie.
Was it in Orlando
yes.
or
That was in
Florida or
Orlando. Yes.
That's just
Orlando's just
That's like 2013, 14. Probably even earlier than that.
so many crazy things.
whenever
That's a
like
Florida
K2 came
thing.
out.
Yeah,
K2,
that was
yeah.
another one.
K2,
yeah.
K2.
Yeah, it's crazy. But
Damn, so many stuff that they just come up with.
yeah, people be getting bored, bro. They really got nothing else.
When I was
Make
young,
a
it was
new
like
drug.
Yeah.
inhaling spray paint.
That's what you
Spray
were doing?
paint.
I never did it though.
Spray paint? No,
it was
for-
just a thing.
It was
That
just
was
when
a thing.
we would do graffiti.
yeah.
Smell good,
It's
but
like when you would paint your
Inhaling
nails.
spray
And
paint.
you're
No,
like,
we had
Nah.
the aerosol cans, like the dust off
Oh,
and stuff
yeah.
like that.
Oh,
I remember
yeah, I heard
people would
about
turn it
that one.
upside down.
That's
No, not upside
crazy.
down, just right side up. But if you turn it upside down and you spray it to somebody, it would be like frostburn.
It'll
Yeah,
burn
you
you.
frostbite them. Yeah.
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 That's true.
It's some wild shit. Like when I was in elementary, it was elementary school. Like no, elementary or like middle school. I think it was middle school. We used to get like erasers and like just burn our
Me too.
skins.
Yeah.
Yeah. That shit was just I'm telling you, like
Yeah, I used to write you like your letter, the letter of your name or whatever. On you and shit.
just go hours.
You never did that, Daryl?
No, all we did was put our hands in Elmer's glue and let it dry and then peel it off.
during class. Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, we were there all day, like peeling off my skin, my
Yo,
face skin.
I used to like get scissors and cut up like little like pieces of eraser and make them into stamps, and then just like color with highlighter, Sharpie, or marker, whatever, and just stamp the papers in school.
Damn.
That shit was fun.
What
I
the
actually been like, huh? You never
I've
done
never
that?
heard of that.
Yeah, it's like
I used to do like little papers of the like just the paper. I would fold it into like a
wasp?
V, and then I would like rubber
Yeah,
band
a
people.
wasp.
Oh yeah.
Dude, we used to attach thumbtacks to it too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hell
And we
nah.
would like,
People would do that and then like
Yeah.
flick them and they'd stick to the ceiling. That shit
Oh.
was crazy.
you know what we used to do? We used to super glue quarters to the floor. So you would see people like trying to pick
them
at
up.
it, and it's fucking hilarious.
That's crazy.
But then we got in trouble because they had cameras, our 8th grade, and the people that clean the floors, of course, couldn't clean the floors.
Oh,
So I didn't get in trouble. My boys got in trouble.
No face, no case.
There you go.
That's
how
true.
it works.
I
You ain't get in
didn't.
trouble.
I didn't get in trouble that day. I didn't do it that day.
Yeah.
But it was funny because people would be like, "Oh, a quarter," and then they couldn't get it super glued in there.
Imagine needing just one more quarter to get chips out the vending machine in school and you're just
It's
like,
right
"God
there.
I
damn
would
it."
have really tried.
Yeah. I
That's a
would've
good
been
spot to
like,
put a quarter in the floor with hot glue. With super glue.
by the vending machine?
Yeah.
Man. That's some evil. That's some evil stuff right there.
Oh
Yeah.
man, what was the question you had in mind, bro?
Yes, olvido.
Damn, I forgot.
You have it on your phone. We have 8 minutes left, so let's
All
wrap
right,
it
bro.
up.
My question was, back in the day, I remember you had a video on your Instagram where the shop got like the window broken. So I know that you had posted it on your Instagram that it wasn't like a robbery or anything. It was
Yeah.
just somebody doing some what do you call it, vandalism, right?
Yeah.
But my question
Fucking shit
was, Yeah. But my question was, how does that look like as far as fixing it, insurance costs or stuff like that? Like, I guess as a business owner, how did that look like for
How'd you handle it? But what happened? Let us know what happened the first though.
So it was crazy because at that time I wasn't working weekends. You know, it was one of those things where I was just working Monday through Friday, and there's a thought process behind that, right? But I wasn't working weekends, but this time, like, me and her, we were working that weekend because we were trying to get walk-ins and stuff. And we weren't open on Saturdays or Sundays, so that Saturday I was like, fuck it, let's go in, let's, you know, see what we could do. And we posted that we were doing walk-ins and stuff, and then one of my friends came by and he told me that we're in Alexandria, so he told me that, like, down the street somewhere they had like a little
art festival,
like an art festival and stuff. So we were kind of slow, so we were like, fuck it, let's go check it out, you know, close the shop down for a little bit, go check it out and come back. So we went out there, and, you know, there was like some painters, you know, like they closed down the street, they had like little tents set up, people selling stuff. And then we came back, you know. When we came back, I was like, hey, look, I think it's pretty slow. Like, you could go ahead and go home. So she left. I locked up, and I went into the back to, I have like a little, like, kind of like a little backyard in my shop. And I went back there to clean up some like leaves and stuff like that. And then my neighbor at the time, he calls me, and it's like this older, like, little Middle Eastern guy, you know, like, little fragile. R.I.P. David.
Yeah,
he passed
David.
away.
He passed away.
Wow.
Yeah.
In memory of David.
Yeah, he was a cool
homie.
Cool little older guy.
Yeah, he was so nice.
So he called, and he's this old little guy, like, fragile, right? And he used to joke around though. So he calls me, and he was like, "Hey, I just want to tell you, the police are here. They want to talk to you. Somebody broke your window." And I was like, "David, whatever. Like, what's up?
You're
like,
funny,
what do you want?" Yeah. And he's like, "No, they're here. They want to talk to you." And I was like, "David, I would have heard it. You know, I'm outside. You know, I'm about to come in." I come in, and in my shop, like, there's a window. It's like a two-way, one-way. The glass?
Which one?
The mirror?
Oh yeah, it's like it's a
was it? Two-way mirror?
Two-way mirror, yeah. A one-way. Two-way, you can see from one side
it's
only,
one
right?
of those, yeah. So I come in from the back, and I can see through the window, and I see, like, cops outside, and, like, a crowd of people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy fuck. I was talking to David, and I'm like, shit, you were for real. you know, and I walk by, and I see, like, my window's broken, and I'm like, yo, what happened, blah, blah, blah. And some lady called that there was a guy that came by, and he just decided to kick my glass and broke it. And I have, like, cameras set up, you know. So one of my cameras that's on the desk, it was facing the front door, so it records anybody that comes in, right? So and, like, the window one, so it had recorded all that. Apparently, this guy had been
at the art festival too.
No, not yet. Like, that was afterwards. So apparently this guy, he had been messing with David's shop. So David had a smoke shop, you know, like, and he had like he would sell cigarettes, like, paintings and stuff like that. And the guy was in there, like, trying to buy stuff, but he wasn't buying anything. He was just asking a whole bunch of stuff. David said that he was like a little cuckoo, yeah. So and David had a little table outside, and the guy would go out there, go back into the store, go out. He was just doing crazy things, you know. So and then he was coming off to the side, and, you know, like those signs that you put in the lawn, he was grabbing those and flinging them onto traffic, like cars going by. He was trying to get them underneath, and then he was, like, trying to jam them into, like, the window, like where the cars are and stuff like that, and just all this wild shit, right? So then he comes over, and he comes to my shop, and he tries to open the door, and it's locked because I'm in the back cleaning, you know. So he gets upset that the door is locked, and he starts pounding on it. He starts, like, banging on.
And you couldn't hear this?
I know, I was all the way in the back, you know. So I couldn't hear it. So he starts pounding on it, and then he walks away, and then he looks at the glass, and he just decides to, like, ninja kick it. like ninja kick it, and then it just, like, shatters.
Wow. He didn't take a second to think about it either. He was just like, man, fuck these, and then just kicked it. Yeah, and then he cut his ankle, right?
Wow.
So he cut his ankle with the glass, and he just, like, looked at it and, like, kept walking. And like my camera recorded all this, so that's how I know like all these details. So then he walks to the table that he was sitting at, picks up his jacket, and then leaves. You know, so when the police came, they asked me about like like my camera and stuff, and then I pulled the footage and saw all that, and I gave it to the police, and then they said that they were gonna tell everybody and stuff. So because the festival was going on like down wherever it was at, he had made it down there, and he was acting crazy out there. So some lady reported, hey, there's a guy out here, he's acting crazy and all this, blah blah blah. So a police officer down there had caught him, and they noticed his ankle was bleeding, cut and bleeding. And they're like, "Hey, how'd you like your ankle's bleeding?" He was like, "Yeah, I know. I hurt myself like playing a game or something like that." They were like, "No, we know how you cut your ankle and stuff." They caught him, and apparently he was an Uber driver from New York down here. Fucking shit up.
What the hell? Was he on some sort of drugs?
No, they said that it didn't appear that he was on drugs. He was just like
unstable.
Mental.
Wow, that's crazy.
Like hella crazy. Like, yeah.
But we get a lot of that at the shop, though. A lot of
like,
people who just be coming in screaming at us for no reason. I had a lady come in. She was like, "I'm gonna sue. I'm gonna sue y'all. Not y'all, but the other people. I don't know. They told me like." Everything was infected. I'm gonna sue you, but not you. The other people.
What was this?
This was the day I had came early, and I was like, I was trying to take a nap, but it was just me and Clarissa. And the thing is, Clarissa had just stepped out the shop to go get food, and like within like 15 seconds of her like leaving the door and me like trying to get up to go lock it, this lady had just came in and she was just like rapping, and I was just like, "Ma'am, I don't know what you're talking." I was like half asleep because I was like literally in the middle of taking a nap, and we were closed. I was not on business hours.
You was like, "All right, cool, go for it."
Yeah. So she's like rapping, and I'm just like, "Ma'am, I don't even know you. This is your first time here. Like, I don't know what you're talking about." And then,
oh my god,
I like it kind of like clicked to me that I was like, "All right, she's just tweaking a little bit." So
we get a lot of
we get a lot of like
crazy. So I'm guessing
the area maybe.
Yeah,
the area,
I mean, it's close to the metro.
It's a tourist.
Yeah.
It's a tourist area.
Yeah.
So there's people flying in. I've gotten a pimp. I've gotten like a joker. Like there's a lot of people.
Really?
Like, so I usually keep the door locked. Especially if I'm by myself and I'm with a client. I don't like taking breaks and going. I'm with a paying client. You know, like I don't want to take breaks from that. You know. So I keep it locked, but it's also because there's a lot of people.
You never know, bro.
Because what if that guy, like, mind you, the guy who came in to smash the window, I had left just like about like 2 to 3 minutes. 2 to 3 minutes before he had shown up, and I was sitting in the front chilling because I knew he was already in the back cleaning, and you know that's when I was just like, you know what? Yeah, it's slow. I'm gonna head out, and then 2-3 minutes later. He like basically calls me. He's like, "Yo, someone just like broke in." I'm like, "Bro, I just left. What the fuck are we doing? Like when I'm not there." But it's definitely like
it's so crazy because at the time I had Looney. Looney was at the shop too, but he wasn't there that day. You know, so if me or Looney were there when it happened, it would have been a completely different situation.
And like, just imagine if he would have like came in while like I'm in the front or you're in the front, and he would have just spazzed off like. I don't even know what I would do. He might have hurt
you guys or attacked you guys.
Yeah, you never know.
I mean, I know my surroundings. Just grab the first pair of scissors or something.
There you go. Yeah. Let me reset the cameras and then we're going to do the outro, right? Give me a second, guys.
Oh, man. Bro, I'm going to use the bathroom real quick. I was holding it in.
Can you hold it for another 2 minutes? All right. That way we can just wrap it up. For some reason, bro, this camera cut off for like a minute. So
there was something that you were saying, and it was kind of serious, and I kind of laughed, and then he looked at me, and I was like, "Fuck, I didn't mean to sound like an asshole," but it was because you started talking with your hands, and you hit this, and I heard it, and I was like, "Yo, I've been doing that the whole time."
Yeah, I've been hearing you too.
And I was like, "Yo, she did it."
We're just a whole bunch of fuck ups at this point.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah, you know, just support your local hood rat kid.
So I'm guessing the insurance took care of the damages that you had, or how did you deal with that? How was that situation for you?
So it's so crazy because like if you're not if that ever happens, you know, like I thought that you could call the police and they had like a boarding team or something like it come. No, you're fucked.
Oh, so you had to board your own windows,
bro. I was at my shop by myself, right? It's like Sunday evening, you know. Saturday evening, right? Luckily, it was when my shop first opened, so I still had a lot of construction supplies left over. So I had a whole bunch of like wood. They were like 1 by 4s, you know, so hella thin, you know. But I was able to make like a large. It was pretty much like a Mondo sized pallet, and I was able to cover the glass that was broken. And then I had to call a company, and I had to pay for it out of pocket, but then got reimbursed from insurance. But yeah, that's something that as a business owner, if they break your shit, you gotta have the funds to fix it.
That's what they told me here too, bro.
Yeah,
they were like, if any one of those big ass windows, they told me they're super expensive too.
God forbid, bro.
I think it was like, I can't remember, like 700 or to maybe like.
No, but those window panes are thick.
Yeah.
So man's had.
If he broke it, it's because he kicked the shit out of it.
Yeah. Like for real.
Yeah. But it's so crazy because the people that replaced it, they took the glass off with no gloves. Yeah. No gloves, no eye protection, no nothing. I'm like, bro, like that's glass. It's broken.
Yeah.
And
experts.
It's that thick. It doesn't.
It's like tattooing with no gloves. You could do it, but you don't want to.
Hell no.
Don't do a tattoo without gloves.
That's
do not tattoo without gloves. That's gross. You
That's funny.
You don't know what people got in there.
That's true.
Yeah, I know. I never do.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything else?
Only Daryl's.
No, don't tattoo me like that again.
He be spit shining in. He'd be like, there you go.
I got you, Bobby. Take care of this. Do you guys have anything else you guys want to talk about? Any questions for us that you guys might have before we wrap it up?
I might have some questions, but I forget.
My last question I want to ask, I don't know, like, how well you guys, like, have seen my work, but one thing I do, like, take, like, I think...
Let's go check it out right now.
Oh,
go ahead, talk.
Basically, like, as a beginning artist, I do want to, like, I guess get some criticism on, like, a different pair, like, from, obviously, my mentors, point of view, but just kind of on, like, another artist who...
Right. Well, I'm pulling it up right now.
I'm pulling it up right now. Yeah.
I had to turn the Wi-Fi on because it was off.
So what's your style right now, Crybaby? What do you like to do?
Right now I'm more like black and gray. I think I'm like falling more a little bit into that realism, like kind of. I guess I would like to say I still do a lot of like.
Did it pop up on yours?
Yeah, I have it.
My phone's not working for some reason, bro.
Like I don't even know how to explain.
So you do like a lot of like black and gray, and you like Chicano stuff. You like realism, yeah.
Yeah, like I'm like just basically like I'm open to anything. I think one thing I don't see myself doing, but I do want to like definitely get a hold of is color. But other than that, like it's more black and gray. I'm so sorry.
Black and what?
Don't worry, I'll beat that out.
Black and gray.
Okay.
Sorry.
I feel like
BTS.
Yeah, I feel like you gotta like focus on your techniques.
Yeah.
Because once your techniques are down, then it's just transferring over to color.
Yeah.
I've heard color is more intensive when it comes to packing and all that stuff.
Like saturating it.
Saturating
and
stuff.
that blending for sure.
Yeah, blending, and then you know. I would say, because you don't do a lot of color, right? Most of your stuff is black and gray.
It's mostly black and gray.
Yeah.
I'll do color here and there, but it just depends.
You don't really have that many posts, though.
I know.
I'm trying to find tattoos, and I'm like...
Yo, sometimes I'll be like, did you take a picture? Bro, no, I forgot.
If she was here, Daryl would be on her ass, bro.
Yeah.
Every day he's
I'm on everyone's ass here. And, know, out of the 10 times I complain, maybe one person will post. Yeah. But it's progress. It's one post more.
Yeah. No, definitely. It's something I definitely need to practice because there's
even
so
the
many
bad ones.
Yeah.
People want to see that.
Yeah. Like
we want to see your progress.
Yeah.
For sure.
And like I said, even if you don't think it's a good piece for your main feed, drop it in the story. Yeah. Drop it up 100%. on your highlights. Be like,
but not
almost perfect tattoos.
Not only that, but you're gonna get clients.
Yeah.
Like there's people that want to see you, and if you're not posting nothing, not being relevant.
Yeah.
Yes.
People don't know that you're working.
Yeah, I would say just post more. I mean, your drawings look really good. Your tattoos
the last one you posted
solid.
With the hands look good.
Yeah. The shading was solid.
The heart that you did, it looked a little dark.
Yeah.
But that was like 2022 I saw.
Yeah, those are all more like I think like when I first started.
You need to post more.
Yeah, I know.
Like, you're way behind. Like, for me to have only gone down like one page and to see 2022, I was like, you don't post.
I know, I don't. And like, that's what I struggle with the most is just trying to put myself out there, like on social media. I feel
you're
like
probably be in your head too much.
Yeah,
I do. I overthink.
No, that's the one thing.
He's like, bro, you be overthinking way too much.
Yeah, you need to just not think. Just post.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't compare yourself to other people, even though sometimes you do. And it sucks because it's part of the game. Just post and don't be afraid of it, and then listen to what other people have to say, what Tanchez has to say.
And you know what's crazy?
Good. Yeah,
like, you might think it's bad. Somebody else that's just learning like you is gonna be like, damn, that looks better than my stuff.
Yeah.
So like, they want to see your progress. You'll probably be a motivation to them. So like, don't be too much in your head. Just think, especially when you see it on your page. I feel like the more you look at it, the more you're like, I gotta do better than that.
Yeah. One thing I like always like appreciate is like that criticism from like other artists, because it's like that's always something that, you know, you guys see as artists that I probably can't. And one thing I learned in like taking like fine arts and stuff like that, they're like, you know, you gotta suck up the constructive criticism from other people. Like, you gotta accept it and, you know, like learn from it instead of, you know, just being like, man, I was talking to him about it too, because I'll tell him, I'll criticize him on some stuff and he'd be like, man, just leave it. I'm like, no, bro, like you need to know, because like this is how I see it from my point of view, that you might think it's okay, but for other people it looks a little like
a little different,
a little sus.
I mean, here at the shop,
a little toe cool.
Like, here at the shop, we have like these big TVs, right? So like, you know, we all sit down and we all like, not me, because I don't do the tattoos.
He still critiques stuff,
but I still talk my shit, you know. But everyone posts their photos on the TV.
Yeah.
And we all sit down and we're like, okay, you know, for this past month you did these tattoos, and they'd be like, I did this one. What do you guys think? And then we chop it up, you know.
I love
like,
that. That's
you know,
so good.
We do weekly critiques.
Yeah.
So like,
That's
tomorrow's
so good.
Friday, we're doing a critique again.
Yeah.
We all sit down and we all share our phone to the screen, and then just show the tattoos that you did of the week. We all judge them, critique them, and then move on to the next person.
It's like having like your own little like
Ink
what is
master.
it? Like
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's
And it
dope.
helps because, like, for example, like we have one artist here. His name is Edison, and he was like, "Bro, like, I want you guys to like talk shit about my work, because we're always like complimenting him."
We're
you know?
always like, "Bro, your stuff looks great.
Yeah.
It's super clean, this and that." And he's like, "Bro, I need to start hearing like something else than that."
Yeah.
Stop doing clean work.
Exactly.
So I feel
So-
like that helps, you know, having your work being critiqued by other artists.
Yeah.
And then just when it comes to the content, more content.
I feel like for you though,
Yeah.
you need to give us something to critique, because right now it's not much. Like, there's a lot of drawings, but I feel like, you know, that's completely different from what you put on skin. And if you're already tattooing, like, we want to see that.
All right.
You know what? Let's do something by next DC convention.
Oh my god, no.
We need to see more tattoos in that IG.
But she,
So
she
we'll
also
come and
has
interview.
like fake skin that she's tattooed also.
And are those on your Instagram?
No.
You gotta
Like,
post them.
probably, like one of them. Yeah.
You gotta-
no.
unfortunately,
He just trying to help you out.
No, like it's always, man. One thing about me, I'm gonna cry, but I'm gonna run it back.
Yeah.
Like,
the thing about that is it doesn't matter. Like, I hate it because it's how the system works.
Yeah.
If you don't put it out there, no one's gonna see it. It's nothing. It's gonna do nothing for you if it's hidden in a portfolio in your
hidden
desk.
talent. Nobody knows about you at that point.
So put it out there, and even if you don't think it's good, someone will like it, and someone will be like, you know what? Let me give you my money for a tattoo. You know, and I feel like with that, you'll see yourself grow. You'll be able to like Tanchez said earlier. You'll be able to go look back at it 10 years from now and be like, wow, that was my progress. That's what I was doing 10 years ago. Look at me now doing all these amazing, you know, tattoos that everyone's paying me thousands of dollars to get.
100%.
So
and I feel like even with like what you had said before about like the artists that are kind of being gatekept, like I definitely have that privilege of having that platform to put myself out there. So
exactly,
like, you know, take that advantage definitely.
So don't be your own gatekeeper.
Be that gateway, not that gatekeeper.
That's crazy because like not doing this podcast today, you know, I wouldn't have known that there's people that do that, you know, for shops. So knowing that, like you said it right now, that was just like, bro, you're a hidden talent. You know, if you don't put yourself out there, if you don't talk to people, you're literally a hidden talent because you got the talent, but you're hidden because you're shy.
You know what I tell the people here? Because I do it myself. Sometimes I'll spend like 8-10 hours on a tattoo, bro. And I'll do shit where like I'll record it and not post it.
Yeah.
And the reason I won't post it is because I don't like the picture.
Yeah.
So I was telling Daryl, like, sometimes I'll put in all that work to not post it, and it blows me because I think like if like people don't see the whole 8 to 10 hours that you spend on that.
Yeah.
They only see that picture.
Yeah.
So if you don't post that, it's like you didn't do the 8 to 10 hours of work.
Yeah.
So I feel like even the picture has to be great, you know? Like at the end of the day, everything matters.
That's
everything
like,
you're posting.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like a lot of the work I do have, I have it on my phone, but I don't post it because that picture came out like trash. And that sucks.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's, I feel like for tattoo artists, it's not just you being a tattoo artist. You also need to know how to deliver your product to your audience.
100%.
And your video game and your photo game, they kind of have to be on par with that, because that way you'll be able to get more clients and be able to grow as an artist. So look into that. You know, if you want, we can talk about this afterwards of the podcast. Because I'm not giving you the sauce. But we know, like, we've done a lot of trials and tests of how to get the best picture, how to get the best audio, how to get the best, you know, taking the glare out of all the tattoos and making sure that skin tones still look natural, saturation looks natural. So there's a lot of factors that we've like tested out.
It's like a whole nother job. Like after you're tattooing, then you got to spend the whole like you know 20 to 30 minutes doing that.
And don't neglect that those like 10-15 minutes that's gonna take you to do that picture, because after that client leaves, that's the last time you'll most likely see them again.
And to somebody that doesn't know like how long you took or the whole process, they're just gonna be like, that tattoo looks sloppy. You know. So it all depends on the finished product. Like that last picture. The
delivery. The delivery. Literally. So make sure you know, even if you don't like the
post
tattoo,
more,
you know, just take a picture of it and share it. Even if you don't like it, put it in your story, put in your highlights. But your best pieces, front and center, so when they search you, that's the first thing they see.
But I feel like also as an apprentice, like, I feel like you shouldn't even worry about that at this point. Like, you shouldn't be worried about what your tattoos look like because you're an apprentice. Like, everybody knows that. So I feel like we're going to judge you as an apprentice, you know? So I feel like we can't critique it if we don't see it. And also, like, I feel like, well, me personally as like a artist and a shop owner, I look at other apprentices just to see what they're doing, how good they're advancing. And there's a lot of people that really shock me when they tattoo. And I'm just like, their shit looks crazy. Or like even other people that like as drawings, I'm like, damn, that looks great. But I feel like you just need to post more, I feel. Because I feel like your page, you just... you just need to have more content, even if it's not like even if you feel like it's not content worthy, it's still content.
And the one thing I picked up when I saw it was that you told me you're near 100 tattoos now, and I only saw maybe 10. So there's
that's crazy,
80 something tattoos in your phone.
You're literally only posting like 10% of your work.
100%.
And I understand it's hard. It's hard because you're your worst critique, but you're also your worst enemy by not sharing it yourself. So help yourself and share it. Share it. Trust me, share it.
We're gonna change the name to Inclusive Bars Podcast.
Share it. Don't be afraid. Share it. It's hard. It's very difficult because you think it's not worth it. But I know out of those 80 tattoos that you have in your phone, there's at least a good 20, 30 you can post.
You're right.
And that's money waiting for you.
Like if you were to start today, like posting daily or every other day, the whole algorithm would change for you.
It will
because like you could use all those stacked up tattoos and start posting them like every other day, and in like a month your Jones just gonna start getting more followers, more views, everything's just gonna start switching up. But you gotta start like today.
That's good to know too, because like I'll be the same way. Like I'll forget because I get busy, you know, and then I'm like, bro, like I got all these tattoos that I got edit, and then post and then hashtag, and it's just like
it's another
hassle,
job, bro.
It's another job.
It is, especially after you're tired from working so much.
Man, bro, that's why they say the toilet seat is like
the best office. Not when you have like a toddler though, they be busting in that. Let me watching Coco Melon while you sit here.
Nah, maybe make it like a routine. Like as soon as you get in the shop, get there like 30 minutes earlier and just focus on your social media real quick.
Yeah. I feel like
I feel like
there's no excuse.
I feel like if I was an artist, like for example in your situation, or if I was in your shoes, both of you guys, I would make the content creation
a priority,
a part of the apprenticeship. That's the modern apprenticeship.
How it is.
You need to know how to be able to manage your social media. You need to have those people skills too as well as also how to talk to people, how to introduce yourself, how to greet a client, and how to close a deal. Because if that client walks out of here without a booking, hey, you just lost a client, because you couldn't close a deal. So I feel like that I would include that into my apprenticeship if I was in that situation of teaching, you know.
Yeah, like one thing that I would definitely include, like something that you said was like you got to be a salesperson.
Yeah,
you know, you got to sell yourself. And again, if you're a hidden talent, you can't sell what's hidden.
Yeah,
you know? So
there's nothing to show.
Yeah, exactly. Like, where's the product?
Yeah.
There you go.
You know,
and it goes back to gatekeeping.
Yeah.
Don't be a gatekeeper because you can't make money out of that.
Sure.
All those years of my mom making me saludar a mis tías.
It pays off now, right?
Yeah.
Saluden.
Yeah, salud a todos. Salud a todos y diga chao a todos.
Yeah.
Ciao. Yeah. And now I'm a social butterfly when I want to.
I think that's the thing is like, I think once that ice is broken, it's like, I could be more me, but in the beginning, I'm like,
yeah, it's hard. It's hard,
is, but
it's hard. But
it's all about becoming this person that you want to be in life. Because I feel like the tattoo industry is really good at helping you do that. Yeah. Like you start off as an introvert, you only focus on your art, and then you start realizing that it's not just your art that sells, it's you as a person.
Yeah.
And people want to get tattooed just because you're that person.
Yeah.
And then you have to start learning people skills, business skills, like everything else that comes with tattooing, but it molds you into this person that just over time they're like, damn, how is he so confident, or how do you do this and that? And it's just like, it's taken this many years, but you know, I've been molded into this person now through tattooing. So I feel like shit, it's a great job.
No, it's dope, man.
It is. Yeah,
it's
I
the
feel
most like genuine, authentic like job you can have, to be honest.
I think it's also the one job that you I mean, I don't want to call it a job, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I always be like,
it's one of the few jobs.
Yeah, it's one of the things that you can do that you'll be with that person for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
There's nothing else that they'll have that experience that'll stay with them forever.
Unless you give me your liver. Or
Yeah.
So, true.
Yeah. No, but it's true. I feel like, you know, after you leave that shop, you have something that's from that person.
Yeah, it's like, because you have history. Like, you look at your tattoos and you can remember who did that. You can remember 100%. The session, you know, if it was a dope session, you'll remember that, you know. So, it's a big impact.
That's true. This entire elbow is
not only that, but you enhance their
Henny bottle and a half.
You enhance their their confidence.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, because they got all this art, now they feel good. You know, people approach them now. If they were introverts, they approach you like, "Yo, where'd you get that done?" They start. It's a conversation piece.
Yeah, that's
so
true,
it boosts.
I get that a lot.
You change their lives. You know, like you upgrade them.
Yeah, that's literally what it is. Yeah.
I need an upgrade.
You need some tattoos, bro. Yeah, you need some tattoos, bro.
Get a pizza slice.
No, I think I respect that, the fact that you like made your like mama promise.
She's happy as shit still.
Yeah, I bet, 'cause she's like.
But now it's time to disappoint mom.
Yeah, now it's time to like I could disappoint her. I could have disappointed her a few years back and she would have been straight. But
but it definitely shows that like you kind of disciplined yourself for that though, and that's something hard to come by. I think like people who definitely know discipline know like how much strength it takes, you know.
That's true.
So definitely, I know my mom. She wishes I probably would have been like you. Now she's like, "Te miras como pandiera."
Nah, but that's the thing though. Like, coming into this, I got a lot of like what do you call it? Backlash.
Because you're like, how are you a tattooist when you have no tattoos?
Yeah, well, from the industry and then from my parents, because they thought I was gonna become like this drug dealer and like, bro, they had my life already like set supposedly, but it's nice now to be able to tell them like I'm doing this and that, and they're like, damn, like they're always like giving me their blessings, and they're just super happy, bro, because it's crazy what has come out of the industry that they say was gonna bring me to like, you know.
Yeah, especially being Salvadoreña and like knowing like that people associate Salvadorians with like La Mara.
Yeah,
you know?
but it's also crazy because like when we started, you know, that's 10 years ago.
Yeah,
that's when gangs were real.
That's a different world.
Yeah, it's like you're on the streets, you got tattoos, people are looking at you different, you know. But nowadays, everybody got tattoos.
Everybody got tattoos.
You're in the medical field, you got tattoos.
Bro, you're a lawyer.
I have a friend, bro.
Officer, you know?
Yeah, I have a friend who. Sorry to cut you off. I have a friend. We're gonna have him on the podcast hopefully. He graduated. He got his doctorate literally like a couple months ago for physical therapy. Yeah, and he went out and he got his neck tatted.
Oh yeah,
and he got a full sleeve. And I was like, why and how? He's like, dude, like I just
Yeah.
I
It's
did it now.
acceptable
I did what my
Yeah.
parents wanted. Now I want to do what
Yeah.
I want.
Yeah.
I always told my
Yeah.
mom, like, the day that I really make it, like,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna go crazy with the tats.
Yeah.
But
You just gotta commit.
yeah, I just gotta commit.
Just
Put him to
yeah.
sleep.
Yeah.
Make him have
Sleep.
no choice.
Yeah, we'll clock
honestly,
him out.
I think I would want to, like,
Bleach him.
not
over
do
and over.
numbing, not do
Yeah.
Nah,
anesthesia.
bro, don't do that, bro.
I
No,
mean,
don't do it.
At least for the
'cause-
first couple ones, and
Yeah.
then maybe anesthesia for the fullback.
Nah,
Yeah.
even then, bro, I feel like, I don't know. I like that old school model. Like, you really gotta earn
Earn
it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it too, but
But I'm probably just saying that because I don't have any.
Yeah.
there's
I
some spot. But you know what's crazy though? Like for me, it's like the meatier areas that hurt more. Like the bony areas
Mhm.
aren't that bad. Like my elbows, my hands, my knee.
It's where the thin skin is.
Yeah,
The really
like
thin,
right
stretchy.
here or like right here.
Like anywhere you would have stretch marks.
Yeah,
Stay
right
away.
there.
I feel like wherever
Yeah.
it hurts to get pinched, it's gonna hurt to get tattooed.
Mm.
Let's find out, bro.
Yeah, like all those soft spots. Yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
Does this hurt? Does this hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I think we got to the end of this podcast, but
Yeah.
Oh,
thank
yeah.
you for coming out. We
Yeah,
had
no
really good
problem.
conversations. You
Oh,
guys
yeah.
are very interesting people, very funny. And you guys are, and I can tell what you guys are apprenticeship and
Yeah,
apprentice, you know?
Yeah.
For
So,
sure.
yeah, congratulations on that. We're happy you guys came out. And thank you,
Oh,
Tanchez,
yeah.
for
No,
your time.
Thank you for having
Yeah,
us.
thank you
like,
guys for taking the drive.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
like I said, this is my first podcast.
Mhm.
This is hers
Yeah.
too.
That's
You know,
awesome.
so we were talking about it on the way here. It was
Yeah.
hella dope.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a second, but this camera just cut off. Give me a quick second. We're going to have you outro yourself. I think this camera's overheating a little bit.
Damn.
We're hot.
We're going
It's
ham.
been working
Yeah.
like it hasn't in the past 2 weeks.
It's trying to make Tanchez look good too hard. It's working overtime.
Yeah, she can talk shit, bro. I like
Yeah,
that.
yo, it's like a reflex at this point. Like any little thing, I just gotta.
Yeah,
I gotta
bro.
hit
You
it.
gotta
She gotta
hit
take
him.
advantage.
You gotta humble him.
Yeah, I do. Man, his head is big
Damn,
enough
she's
already.
back on.
So
I'ma be like,
Tanchez,
Let me get these notes out.
before we say goodbye, Tanchez, let people know right here where they can follow you, what you're up to, if you have any conventions coming up, and if you have any deals coming up, or if your books are open.
All right. My name is Tanchez. You can find me on Instagram, Tanchez Collective, or the 13th floor. The period 13th period floor.
Yes, we'll have it right there under you, bro.
Right. And you guys can find me in Alexandria, Virginia, Old Town. We're on 1510 King Street. I don't have any conventions coming up yet, but that's one thing that we're gonna look into, and hopefully do a convention pretty soon. So we'll keep that posted on our Instagrams and things like that.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Be on the
Yeah.
lookout for Tanchez.
Yeah.
What about you, Crybaby? What's up with you? Let us know. What people can follow you and all that good stuff, and you have 2 more tattoos left for 100, right? So
Four more tattoos,
Are those open?
Yeah, they're open.
Let him know. Let him know. This is gonna
You're
drop
like,
next
plug
week.
yourself. Plug yourself.
Yeah.
Y'all can follow me at cry.babytattoos. I'm an apprentice at the 13th floor with Tanchez. And, you could be one of the lucky 4 that, get me to my license. So I could be
That's awesome.
that freshman
yeah.
that freshman tattoo artist, but it won't be apprentice no more. But yeah. What is it? As for deals, I feel like, I do want to like go ahead and put this out there because I know a lot of like I see Tanchez, and I think a lot of artists, complain about, people asking for discounts or stuff like that. And, I feel like, when we post like sales or flash sales, definitely take advantage of that. Cause that's us, showing y'all like our generosity of, like, this
Here's
is
the opportunity
This
for
is
an
discounts.
opportunity.
to
Yeah.
help you
Yeah.
guys out.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Like
Hook
when
you
you see
guys up.
those flash sales, like hop on them, because like those are us giving y'all your discounts. That you ask for. I know it could be a little pricey, as like but it's always a luxury, not
Yeah,
a
there we go.
necessity.
Tattoo is a luxury. Yeah.
So definitely, like look out for those flash sales and stuff like that. I think we've been doing good on trying to do that more, because I know like. For me, at least from what I saw, growing up to now, that, a lot of the shops used to be like walk-in flash shops, and that's where people would get their money. And I feel like it's low-key time to bring that back a little bit, just to like start from the bottom up, At least for me, it's like, I don't mind doing flash. I'll do flash all day. 'Cause
There you go.
At the end of the day, I got to start somewhere. So
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
yeah, so just, I'll be there.
Anything else you want to say, Loke?
No, By the time we post this episode, I think it's gonna be this Monday coming up, right?
Yeah, we're posting it this Monday coming up.
Yeah, so we're gonna be at the Mexico Tattoo Convention. If you guys want to go check us out, we're gonna be at Mexico City, and
El DF.
yeah, and it's just a boys trip because the girls didn't want to come. So come check the boys out. We're gonna be tattooing for 2 days. I think it's Saturday and Sunday. And yeah, guys, hit us up. Make sure you guys follow Inklusive, follow the podcast. Follow Daryl. Follow our YouTube. We just hit 3,000 followers.
On Caked Up Look.
Yeah, on Caked Up Look.
We were finally able to monetize on that, bro. So we're making little dollars now.
Nice.
Dang, bleep out all the curse words. Sorry, I gave you more work
That's
to do.
for his personal channel.
Oh, okay.
But for Inklusive's still like very low key. So,
Yeah,
like,
Inclusive's like growing right now.
Yeah, so we're like at 300 subscribers. So hopefully, we
Nice.
can monetize that in the next couple of months.
Mhm.
But yeah.
But yeah, guys, just check us out, follow us, comment if you guys heard something that you liked, and of course, let us know what else you guys want to listen to. You know, we try to get anybody and everybody on here, I always say.
Yeah.
So just follow the team, guys.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
Thank you guys for coming out, taking a drive.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Thank
always
you.
nice to have fellow artists here.
Nah,
Yeah.
thank you for having us.
Yeah.
man,
No,
for
thank
real,
you
for
guys.
real.
Appreciate it.
I'm happy to be part of the podcast.
Hell yeah,
Yes,
bro.
yes, 100%, 100%. We're really happy that you guys came out.
Yeah,
So,
it was nice.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us.
No,
For
Sorry.
sure.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
guys.
We were out of it a little bit.
It was us. We were still in Florida attire.
Yeah, we're literally landing. We came straight here. But yeah, that's it for today's episode. I appreciate you guys for listening. Like I wouldn't say, make sure to like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on TikTok, and check us out on Spotify and Apple Music. So make sure
Dang,
you
y'all
go.
dropping bars, y'all freestyling now.
Well, yeah, we have our own
It's not-
Spotify and stuff.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, with that being said, guys, thank you for listening. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye. Ciao.